Yo, what's up?
Hi,
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. Um,
What's the room about?
Nothing. Chicken is better.
what? Sorry?
Oh man. Hey guys. What do you think about India? Like, there are very bad rumors in India, but on internet about India. What do you guys think about it?
Uh, I'm gonna stay neutral on world affairs because this is not the room for it. This is the room to talk about veganism. You know?
Vegans.
Yeah. This is, read the name of the channel.
Vegan.
So,
Oh,
yeah. So this is a specific room for something, you know?
okay. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So are you vegan?
I am both.
Sorry?
I am vegan and non-vegan.
What does that mean? How, that's a contradiction. How can you be both A and not A?
Vegans means, by the way.
Sorry?
Wait, let me search what does vegans means. A person who does not eat meat or any other animal product. My mom is vegan. My grandmother is vegan.
No, that's you
My
described the vegetarianism,
mm,
right?
I'm not vegan. Sorry.
Yeah, you can also just ask, like, if you don't know what something is, I can explain if you want.
But I will become vegan.
Good. What is it?
Like, I used to eat chicken, but I will leave it because there's a friend of mine in Netherlands who doesn't like chicken, and that's all.
Yeah, what's veganism? You're saying you're gonna become it. You should know what it is, right?
Yeah. So are you vegan?
What's veganism?
Yeah, okay. So sorry, I will be like coming in vegan. Like, yeah.
Sorry, are you like able answering questions, or is that
I'm able
like
to answer
kind of hard?
questions. You can ask me.
I asked you what veganism is.
Veganism, a person like who doesn't eat meat or something is known as a vegan.
No, that's not veganism. That's a
What?
dietary intervention called as vegetarianism.
Oh my goodness. So what is veganism, man?
Oh, thank you for asking. Gosh, why did we take so long to get here? So, veganism is the moral stance against exploiting and slaughtering animals for unnecessary reasons. So, that includes not eating any animal products, basically. So, no meat, no dairy, no eggs, no honey. It also includes not wearing leather, or not buying leather specifically, not buying silk, not going to zoos, things like that. So
Oh my
whenever
God.
there is exploitation and or slaughter of animals, we just avoid doing that because we think animals deserve our basic consideration. And
Oh my.
yeah,
Oh my God. Oh, okay. Okay, it was nice to meet you. I need to go. Bye. Take care.
Jesus Christ. What's up, Twisted?
You scaring people away again, VPN.
Yeah, I guess so. It took me seriously about 2 minutes for him to like asking what veganism is, for him to like fine what is veganism. He was just guessing.
Yeah.
His first answer was I'm both vegan and not vegan. I'm like, okay, that's gonna be fun.
The Indians usually have like a quite a good grasp of it. They're like, oh, it's like strict. They call it strict vegetarianism. And it's like, yeah, that's pretty much we're vegan, so we don't agree with like leather and all these other things. They're like they have a better grasp of it. Some sort of like other places around the world that they just have to have no concept of it. I don't think. So yeah.
Yeah. I have no idea what's going on. Twisted. Thank you for commenting on my live
You're
stream.
right. I like to support my favorite activists. So,
Oh my god, is that a compliment? Oh.
no, I'm not. I'm not good at compliments. I'm British. We tend to be sort of like, and I'm very Hugh Grant about things. So yes, well, yes, yeah, kind of. Go ahead, keep going. Move
You're
forward.
gonna
Yeah.
propose to me next something. Joking.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. There is
But
this...
yeah,
Yeah, go
I
on.
like supporting like people like UNL and Felix, pretty good too, and like so people who like always put themselves forward, take time out of their day to do these things is like very important to me. It shows. People who watch, people know what you do, so good on you. There you go.
Yeah, I've been a little, I don't know, in a weird space lately. I think I just need a break. I haven't taken like an actual break in a very long time. So yesterday I had like a roster of what I'm supposed to do. I completely ignored it and played Path of Exile instead. So I feel a little more, I don't know, revigorated today, but just slightly. It still feels like there's like cortisol running through my veins and it really sucks.
Yeah, it's that. It must be horrible being like like one of these political streamers that has to debate all the time. It really is very on edge. Sort of. They you notice they vape a lot and they're drinking loads of caffeine just to stay on that edge. I feel like that when I'm doing like online activism too. Very stressy.
Yeah, I just like also noticed I just don't know how to rest. I just don't have that skill. Like even if I'm like doing nothing, quote unquote, if I'm not doing anything productive, I'm not resting. I'm still like, going through all the arguments in my head, which makes me better at growing and becoming like a better activist. But it's terrible for me as a person,
Yeah. I'm the same.
What's up, Sao Paulo?
Oh,
How you doing?
Hello.
fine.
Yeah. Are you vegan?
You.
Sao Paulo.
I'm not.
Oh,
I don't know.
why not?
I don't know.
Sorry, your mic is very quiet. Can you come closer to the mic, maybe? So sorry, I didn't hear your answer. Why aren't you vegan?
Uh,
Oh shit. My Discord crashed. Something is in the air. No, it's fine.
has to be vegan.
Yeah, my Discord is vegan. It's B12 deficient.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Maybe my computer is iron deficient or something. All jokes.
Bye.
If you're vegan and take a
Bye-bye.
multi-supplement, you're gonna be fine.
Bye.
So why aren't you vegan?
The question was way too hard for them, I guess.
No, let's
They
give
left.
them a chance. Let's give them a chance.
They left. Yeah. Rip.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
I'm talking to my chat, so
Yeah. Oh well. Oh, did they?
that's another thing. I can't split my attention, so sometimes it's just like I see something in the chat and I lose my grasp
Yeah.
on what's going on in another place. What's up, Lost Wanderer? I like the name. What's up? What's up, doggo?
Hey.
Hello,
Hey.
what's up? You guys are vegan?
Yep.
Yeah. Why are you vegan? Is it a moral choice or religious choice?
Well, moral choice. It's always a moral choice. It's veganism is about rejecting the exploitation and slaughter of sentient animals. So if you like just eating plant-based food for health, that's being plant-based or being on a plant-based diet. Whenever somebody says they're a vegan, if they're not confused, what they mean is that they took the moral choice of not exploiting and killing animals for unnecessary stuff.
Killing and farming animals, basically.
Well,
Factory
yeah,
farms.
like, but also like if hunting is also rejected by vegans because it's taking the life of a sentient animal for unnecessary reasons, for unjustifiable reasons.
So can human diet really be totally plant-based?
Sorry?
A human diet,
Mm-hmm.
is it really possible to completely rely on plants only?
Well, plants and supplements, and I've been
Because-
doing it for 10 years, so yeah, it's possible. Also, we have like scientific evidence that yes, it's possible. It's even have like really good health outcomes. Again, if you're not doing something cringe, if you're not going just on like fruit-only diet, if you like eat a diversity of foods and possibly take a multi-supplement, and take B12 supplement, of course, as well, you're gonna be fine. No more
Yeah.
than fine. You're gonna be better, frankly. Most cases.
I guess the animal it gives edge over for the violent reasons.
Sorry again.
Because protein intake allows like to be violent as human beings have the tendency to harm one another. So
I
to
don't think
be
that's true. I think we are kind of yeah, I think in most cases we're kind of like brought up to be either violent or not. And we can also make a decision to not be violent once we are of the age where we can reason about things, right? So yeah, I don't think humans are like inherently violent. I find myself becoming less and less violent as years go by. I'm not a young person, I'm 44, you know.
no, like there's a protein animal-based diet gives more calorie intake in less volume of food, so which lets a person grow more
Well,
muscular, which gives them an edge over other persons, and then they go on their violent sprees.
well,
So
that sounds just like that. That's we should stop that. If it makes people go violent,
yeah,
yeah, we should stop that then, definitely. Right? But also, I can, if I showed you that eating animal foods for protein and eating plant foods for protein result in the same amount of muscle, are you gonna go vegan?
yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
plant-based food, I think the volume would be much more than
no,
the
No.
required. No.
not necessarily. I can show you, first of all, I can show you, give me a second. So I'm sharing a screen. First, let's start with the claim about protein, right? And then we'll address the volume as well. So you have animal foods, right? They have all the 9 essential amino acids, all the proteins that you need to ingest from food. You can see that plant proteins, even the plant proteins that are like not like beans and lentils and stuff like that, not the stuff that I'm going to tell you about in a second. They have all 9 essential amino acids and very similar volume of it. And then you have grains and pasta, all 9 essential amino acids, nuts, vegetables, fruits, mushrooms. So that takes care of that. Like you can eat a plant protein diet and not find yourself in trouble. Now, there is also, we have evidence now, we have experimentation that was done on people. And they took two groups. One of them was eating an omnivorous diet and was supplemented with like whey protein, I think. The other one was eating a vegan diet and was supplemented with soy protein. And if they ate enough protein, there was no difference in them building strength and muscle. It was absolutely the same. If you want links for all of those things, I'm going to send it to you, no problem. Again, a well-balanced vegan diet does not compromise daily mixed muscle protein synthesis rates when compared with omnivorous diet. This is in elderly people. Elderly people have like higher requirements of protein because the breakdown of their muscle is kind of faster or something like that, right? So they need to like, I don't know, lift weights and eat protein. No difference between animal protein and plant protein. Here again, no difference, right? They took 3 groups, if I remember correctly, about this study. One group ate animal protein, the other complete plant protein, what they call complete, meaning a lot of essential amino acids. And the other one was incomplete protein, basically white bread or something like that, right? And I found no difference in building muscle synthesis, nothing. Everybody were able to build muscle on this diet. And this is, again, this is coming from, by the way, funded by the meat industry. Feed enough protein, and it doesn't matter where it comes from, either from an omnivorous diet or vegan diet. The result demonstrates that anabolic action versus animal versus vegan dietary patterns are similar. Everything is fine. No difference there. Now, you have to eat more volume, you said. Well, if you try to get your proteins from fruits, yes. But please don't try to get your proteins from fruits. Try to eat legumes, beans, lentils, peas. As you see, the volume is very similar. Moreover, try to eat things like tofu. Tofu is incredibly similar in protein, protein when compared to like beef. When you make it isocaloric, when you compare them with the same calories, so the same volume, they're the same, right? You can eat, take protein powders if you want, if you lift weights the way I do, just do that. You can eat seitan, you can eat textured vegetable protein, TVP. It's a dry matter and it's basically almost completely pure protein. And it's very low volume, right? You basically add it to your vegetable stew and it like just boosts the, doesn't boost much calories, doesn't boost much volume. It just boosts the protein content like incredibly. That's my presentation of protein. Again,
Thank you.
yeah. Are you vegan now?
No, I am not vegan as of now, but I I'm kind of, you say, I eat very rarely, maybe once in 6 months or a year.
Well,
I rarely eat, so
yeah.
it's kind of
do you eat dairy?
on the edge.
Do you eat dairy?
Dairy, no, I do not like dairy. That's
Okay. Do
That
you eat
was-
eggs?
no eggs.
So once
That
every
too,
6 months?
I eat, but sometimes maybe not regularly. Almost, let's say, maybe in a year or in 6 months.
So every 6
Basically,
months you eat
I am
what?
totally based upon
Sorry, I can't understand. Every 6 months you eat
Chicken.
what? Chicken? So every 6 months a
Chicken,
chicken
eggs.
dies for you, right?
Yeah.
Why? That's unnecessary, especially if you just do it every 6 months. You now know that it's
No, I
unnecessary.
do not do it every 6 months, as in it's not a ritual. It's that I have not been able to completely abandon.
Why?
So here and there, I have to give it to my, instincts to go for it.
Instinct.
Because taste, maybe, I guess.
Sorry, what do instincts have to do with it?
Instincts, as in instincts. I have, like in childhood, it was an habit. Then I tried to leave it. Then
It seems
You
like
can
you're
say,
doing
well,
just fine because you almost entirely don't do it anymore. So
yeah,
why are you
I'm
doing it
just
ever?
trying to, yeah, I'm trying to not be based on it.
Yeah. So
So-
do you think a chicken should die for your habits?
No,
Yeah.
they should not.
Yeah. So maybe you should
course.
stop that habit. And like every time you get, oh, I feel like chicken, go prepare tofu and add some chicken flavoring to it. Ah, solved your issue. Right?
Yeah. Let's see what can I do.
Yeah, just do
I
that.
will try.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for the presentation.
Yeah, no problem. Absolutely no problem. Oh shit, I need to open this. What's up, Hannibal? Hannibal.
Hello there. What's up?
Yeah, I'm alright. Are you vegan, Hannibal?
Yes, pretty new though.
Oh, if you need help, have questions, want to talk about esoteric vegan stuff, you're welcome. Right? Sometimes
thanks a
they're
lot.
like just weird questions that are popping in my head, right? Oh shit, if this happens, am I still vegan or something like that? So if you need help because you're new and you have questions, go for it.
I do have one question though.
Sure.
Can you give cats a vegan diet without risking their health?
So yeah, that's a good question. We have some evidence, not huge amount. It will build up though, that some well-formulated cat food, vegan cat food, can be used safely. Let me see if I can check this
The
out.
interesting point here is when I'm, for example, asking AI, hey, can you summarize this topic for me and try to find sources? The result always looks like, yeah, there are like companies that claim to provide technically everything, but since there's not enough long-term study, it's totally uncertain, and even the big like for example, the European Pet Food Organization certified company, whatever.
Yeah.
They also recommend still, even if you try a vegan diet, then you still need like regular checkups with your vet and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like entirely different level of security compared to a human vegan diet.
Yeah. So this is what I'm showing right now. This is a systematic review in both dogs and cats. So a very well formulated cat food, which is hard to find. There was this guy who understands a lot about nutrition, and just he went through all the companies, and only like one or two were like up to standard that they wouldn't harm the cats, right?
I'm
like
talking exactly about those companies that are according to the experts up to the standard, and the
Yeah.
idea of the expert is even with this standard, it's not guaranteed that every cat will like don't suffer in the end. Like it's some
well, you
form
don't have
of
that
most
guarantee on the
cats
regular
is
food
fine.
either. The regular food has very little meat in it. It has mostly wheat and like supplemented taurine and shit like that. So as far as I understand, right, if you look at the ingredients of cat food, and it has like something like berries in it as the acidic component, then that cat food shouldn't be bought and shouldn't be fed to cats because it will cause issues, right? But if it has like all chemicals, right, that would be a much better cat food than the like more natural stuff, because they do need like a lot of supplementation. There was I don't remember the company. I should find it. But yeah, I agree with you. It's troubling because you don't want your companion animal to like suffer consequences of something. But like also think of the animals that are like perhaps slaughtered for it. I don't know if we have enough like evidence that animals are slaughtered specifically for cat food. I think they just like sweep the
Leftovers.
slaughterhouse floor at the end of the day and put that in cat food. You know, it's
Yeah,
like,
probably just the leftovers. Yeah, I agree there.
yeah, probably.
Still, I think like it's quite uncertain, and not sure if I wanna go like full vegan on the pet in this regard. Like, if there is not enough evidence for yet, I don't wanna put my pet into like the testing chamber here and say, hey, let's try and see what happens, even though science isn't like 100% sure it's healthy.
Yeah.
That's my point.
So I'm gonna give you this this article. I'm gonna put it up there. It's a systematic review, so that means that they collected all the evidence known on the subject up to December 2022. We have some evidence since, but this is up to then. And yeah, maybe you get convinced, maybe not. It's not in my opinion, it's not the biggest deal if animals are not specifically slaughtered for cat food. It's still giving money to the slaughterhouses, you know what I mean? So it still fucking sucks.
Yeah,
yeah.
agree there.
Yeah, definitely an esoteric question. I appreciate it, Hannibal.
I'm curious, do you think someone can describe themselves as vegan even though they give their cat meat food?
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard question, but like, I think so. I think because there is like no direct slaughter for these animals, and because you I don't know, it's a hard question. I hate like gatekeeping the vegan community. People do the best they can, and some people are confused that cats be on a vegan diet and some people aren't. You can't fault them for it. I would like, if I were you, I would like maybe consider, sorry, Conscious, it's your heart miking like crazy. Can you mute yourself for a second? Thank you, appreciate it. So Hannibal, I would consider like going maybe vegan for your cat. So like going to restaurants where they serve meat and ask them to like, if there are any like meat leftovers, put them aside like in a little box if they agree to do that, or like do like actual dumpster diving, go at the end of the day to behind like a restaurant that serves meat and just getting some meat
So-
from there.
That's in the point. Like technically, a meat diet, but still not like giving the big companies money. That's the
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, it's called veganism. So basically, if you're paying for it, you are vegan, you're like on a plant-based diet, I guess. But if you're not paying for it, you're just dumpster diving. Some people live like this, so they'll eat whatever they can find in a dumpster. I don't know. It's a good environmental solution. It's in case of cats, I think it's a good solution.
See the point about environmentalism, that's better, but when I'm just talking about the health of my cat,
Yeah.
I think dumpster diving has additional health like insecurities here.
Yeah.
Like it's not clear if how old the food is, for example, etc. So I guess I will stick with uncertain, maybe healthy vegan food for actually going in blind.
Yeah. There is one or two companies that do a really good job. But like, I think veganism for your cat would be the best way, in my opinion, right? It's just you taking leftovers, you're not paying for anything.
Yeah, it makes total sense, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you very much for your
No problem.
answer.
What's up, Akil?
Hi, I'm
Uh,
fine. What about you?
Yeah, I'm not bad. I'm not bad today. Are you vegan, Akil?
Yeah, I'm trying to reduce my meat diet,
Oh, awesome.
but I'm not
Mhm.
vegan yet.
Okay.
But I try hard.
Well, what's stopping you? What's holding you back? Maybe I can help you out. Maybe I can give you some inspiration and information.
what is the purpose of veganism? What is the main purpose? To reduce suffering or justice or for ethical religion or something
So,
else?
yeah, so generally speaking, it's an abolitionist movement. So ending the exploitation and slaughter of animals for unnecessary, unjustified things. That includes food, clothing, entertainment, stuff like that. So it's basically taking like a stance against the industries that exploit and slaughter animals to end them, right? Not to like reduce the suffering of animals in those industries, but to end the industries that breed, exploit, and slaughter animals.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. I think every time you kind of pay for it, if you're against it, it's like you betraying your own morals, I think. So but I'm here to help. I don't want to scold you because you're on your way. So if you like have questions of, I don't know, where do I get my protein? How do I do that shit? All that stuff. Yeah, I'm here to help.
You guys still debating about like veganism?
Every day, all day. Until everybody is vegan. That's my plan.
Have you ever tried meat?
Yes, I ate it for 35 years. I was a big meat eater as well. Like, I was known for really enjoying meat. It was
Okay,
like-
so I'm 25. I have 10 more years to enjoy myself.
Well, no, you should do it because you're better than me. You should do it earlier.
I'm not better than you.
Like,
You're better than me.
How silly is that, right? If I was like saying, well, at 35, I stopped raping people, right? And you would go, well, I'm 25 now, so I have another 10 years to rape people for a while. That would be a silly way to go through it, right? Let's make you realize now that
You
what you're
were-
doing is
you were
immoral,
a
right?
rapist?
Sorry?
You were raped? What you
No,
say?
it's a hypothetical, right? I'm against rape as well. That's why I'm vegan.
Okay, so being a vegan is equivalent to being a rapist?
No, that's a hypothetical. You know what a hypothetical is?
No, hypothetically speaking.
That's not how it works. Like, hypothetically, if I was to say that I stopped raping at 35, oh my God. If you're trying to ask, am I analogizing rape to the exploitation and slaughter of animals? Well, actual rape happens during the exploitation of animals. So it's not non-analogous. It has an analogy there built into it. So cows are raped, turkeys are raped, pigs are raped.
Ask you a question about vegan.
Sure.
You said before that your goal is to make all people vegan.
Yep.
Do you actually believe that you vegan people as a movement can make that happen?
We
Because
should-
I don't think so.
Well, we're certainly going to try, right? If we continue with the rape analogy. So feminists are against rape. It's their goal to end rape, right? To explain to everybody what consent
Why are you
is.
talking about rape? I asked you
I
about.
am analogizing. I'm giving you an example of something that everybody knows is wrong today, right? So you know rape is
Yeah.
wrong, right? Okay.
Yeah, but still, there is still people raping other people, even
Yeah,
though they
yeah.
know it's wrong. So
But you know it's a bad thing. You know now. If you, I don't know, 100 years ago, you wouldn't have known that. The people who were talking about consent this entire time, talking about how rape is wrong because it violates the consent of other people, it's now a norm for you. It's now something that you know, and you don't question it, right? So, so is the many people that I talk to, right? The more people I talk to, and the more people I will be able to convince that animal foods or animal products production is unethical because it breeds, exploits, tortures, and kills sentient animals for stuff that we don't need. Maybe one day it will become a norm. Does that mean that nobody will kill animals for stuff they don't need? Probably not. That takes like, more than decades. That takes like 100, 200 years, right? People still are being tortured all over the world, although synonymously everybody knows that torture is wrong. Everybody thinks that torture is wrong, right? But reaching that place where it's common understanding that exploiting and slaughtering animals for food is bad. That's where I'm trying to reach. And then maybe we can make it illegal. And then when it's illegal, maybe the people who are like taking AR-15s and going into the woods and slaughtering animals there are going to be punished for it. Because right now they're not. Because it's not a
What about
consensus.
tribal peoples?
Sorry?
Okay.
What about tribal
one
peoples?
thing-
People who live in adverse environment.
You know, like the whole point of nature is like a predator and the other name of it.
Yeah. So,
So
yeah, the good thing
basically-
is... Hold on.
Please, I'm trying to tell you a point, but
Yeah. I get you. I got you.
I need to translate a word. Just a second.
Yeah, not a problem. I got you. So yeah, nature is incredibly cruel. It's terrible, right? It's there is like predator-prey situation.
Yeah.
Good
right,
thing.
that-
Yeah. So good thing we're not in nature anymore. We escaped nature.
Biologically, where we are
Yeah,
animals.
no, that doesn't matter. None of that matters. So biologically, for instance, pandas.
matter, but
No.
biologically-
I'm telling you that. Give me a second to explain. I understand your point. So biologically, pandas are carnivores, and yet their diet is plant, almost 100% plants, right? So the biology means much less than you think, especially in the 21st century, where humans, right, have all of
Are
these
you talking about
technologies.
conscious?
Can
Are you
like-
talking about conscious?
Sorry?
Are you talking about conscious? Like, are
No.
you talking? Are you saying that biology doesn't matter because we have conscious, not like other animals?
Well, no, we have technology. We have consciousness, and that's why we have. Animals also have consciousness. They don't necessarily have like moral agency.
Not to any
Post-mortem.
Guys,
compared to
guys,
Just
one
a
at a time.
question,
Hold on. So
We have a plant-based food to reduce our meat choice.
sorry, what's the claim again?
I said that we have a substitution of meat.
Yeah. So we have the technologies to be healthy on plant-based diets. We have the technologies to replace leather, to no longer have animals being tortured and slaughtered for our entertainment. And we have the moral agency, the ability to talk about morality and recognize that sentient animals have consciousness, they have wants and needs. So we shouldn't breed them for things we don't need. That's
Okay,
it.
okay.
Post-mortem, I have a
Okay,
question.
the nature part was wrong, but
Yeah.
if you also look at the human history, like the whole point of human history is like someone with power killed someone with no power. Like it's just a part of us as human. I know it's an ugly part,
That doesn't mean it's
but you
good,
can't
you know.
remove. Can I please finish? Okay, go ahead.
No, she was on top of it. So it's in our nature. I don't know what that means. Like, I don't think babies are born to be like might is right kind of situation to win out. I think we teach them this.
I'm not saying they're born to kill, but I'm saying they're born with the urge to conquer. Like,
I don't
Oh my
think
God.
so. I don't think so. I think we are kind of indoctrinated into that. So
Yeah,
I
me
wasn't indoctrinated into conquering, for instance. But there was some indoctrination. I was indoctrinated to be racist, to be speciesist, right? Hating some animals, loving other animals.
no, I said conquer.
Yeah. I
So
don't think we have that inherently. I think that's just like we keep teaching our kids to do that.
Post-mortem, I have a
Even
question. sir.
though-
I'm sorry. Can I please
If we would
fucking
have this,
shut
No,
the
I
fuck up?
think we have inherent desire for power. It is not
I have a question.
indoctrinated.
I want to
I mean,
ask
by
one
conquer,
question.
that's
Just
what I
one
mean by
fucking
argument.
question.
Let Stontax ask their question.
Yeah, so
please.
basically I'm zinc and iron deficient
Mhm.
who lives in a mountainous region with a lack of access to fruit and vegetables
Mhm.
and more access to dairy products and meat. So my doctor told me to eat meat more because I'm zinc and iron deficient.
Mhm.
So do you still claim that like it's for me healthy to
Yeah,
be
so
a
let me ask
plant
you.
eater
Yeah,
than
yeah, I got you.
eating like meat?
Yeah, gotcha. So first of all, really terrible doctor. I'm sorry to hear that you have this doctor. So whenever there is in the literature, right, in scientific literature, whenever they talk about deficiencies, they see that some populations are deficient of this and other populations are deficient of that. The result of that, like the discussion after this scientific paper is not, well, let's feed them certain foods. It's let's give them supplements. That's always the like.
I do have supplements. It's just my body reacts very badly to supplements. I vomit and get nauseous.
Why? By taking them? Or overrated? Give us
By
a second
taking
to
them.
finish the conversation. Well, by taking them,
taking
like you have a problem with swallowing supplements, or
When I drink those supplements, for example, I can drink like zinc and selenium. But after like 1-2 hours, what I feel is I feel like a little bit of nauseous. I feel like kind of vomiting, you know,
yeah.
that kind of feeling. So, I discussed it
you-
with the doctor.
Mhm.
He told me like to use more natural sources of zinc and selenium
Mhm.
and iron. That those are, he said, like mostly come from beef and chicken.
Really? Well, a terrible doctor. Really, really bad one. Sorry to say. Well, it's not his fault. He never been taught nutrition. I know a little bit about nutrition. So all the iron.
You know a little
hold
bit,
on.
and you think that the doctor is.
Yeah.
You think you know more than doctor?
Oh yeah, doctors know fuck all about nutrition. So here you go. Just give me a second.
Okay, so you know a little bit of nutrition,
Let
but you
me-
know more than a doctor who studied like 8 years fucking
does-
years. in-
doctors
Doctors don't learn about nutrition
Yeah.
in the doctor's school. This is like a 2 week at most seminar for
Yeah.
staff talk about nutrition. It's
Yeah.
just a different education at
I don't understand. So how you know the doctor's
doctors
qualification?
don't learn about nutrition. Nothing, almost at all. They have like a few
As a
hours to a few
nutritionist.
weeks of nutrition. Yeah. Hold on. Just give me a second to explain to you something very, very simple, right? So those things that you said, iron, selenium, and zinc, those things exist in plant products. They don't
I know.
just exist in animal products, right? And it's not fruit either.
But in miserable quantities.
No, absolutely not. So tofu, for instance, have a huge amount of iron. And if
I
you
don't
eat...
have tofu where I am from. I'm sorry.
Okay. TVP has textured vegetable protein. It's a dry plant protein. Basically has a lot of iron as well. What else? Beans, lentils. You have beans and lentils there. Huge amount of
Yeah,
iron.
of course.
Yeah. So
But you
if
know
you
the
eat,
levels?
so if you eat beans and lentils, and you also with that meal add something like a bell pepper, or like after that meal eat an orange or something like that. So vitamin C increases the absorption of iron. And plant iron, the thing is, it's half as absorbed, but there is twice as much of it in plant foods. So if you eat like greens and beans, basically, there is a lot of iron. But if you have an issue with absorption, you can also like to eat vitamin C with it, and it will aid absorption as well. And maybe like, I don't know. Yeah.
ChatGPT, your answers.
Sorry?
Postmortem.
Sorry,
No,
what's the problem?
I think this is not a scientific analogy. I think it is more about moral thing and ethics.
No, the
Like it
thing
is
is,
up to you.
for
You
example,
consuming meat at what cost? You're killing an animal, bro. That is the question.
bro, like my health and my wellness is my priority. Like I would put like
Stondax.
animals don't have
Stondax.
don't have consciousness.
Stondax.
What?
I'm explaining to you how you can do that without exploiting and slaughtering animals.
No, I wouldn't slaughter
What's the problem?
anyone.
Why did you
Pay
laugh
for
at
the
me?
meat.
What's the problem? Why did you laugh at me?
No, because you're saying eat beans instead of beef to get more zinc. You know, like
No, not zinc. I was
one
talking about
hundred-
fucking iron. Were you listening? I was talking about iron. Beans, and
No.
I didn't get to zinc yet. I can get to zinc as well. All of those things are in plant foods. You just need to know which plant foods to prioritize for them.
Okay, look,
I think everybody know very well that we can substitute our meat consumption by plants, but they don't want to accept because they used to eat meat.
I think that's the same reason why the doctor recommends eating meat in the first place here, not because they don't know better, but because they think it's easier for the person to follow this advice.
I think doctors are more scientific than ethical, and they don't talk very well about ethics and morality.
Well, doctors also
think it's
don't
more
know
about-
much about nutrition either, so sorry to say.
I think the core point about doctors is they try to get the best health outcome, not the best moral outcome for the patient. So if the doctor thinks the person is more likely to eat meat than beans, then they will obviously recommend meat instead of beans.
Well, it doesn't matter what they think. It's a matter of empirical claim. They have an empirical claim. They should substantiate it with evidence, right?
That's the point here. I don't think the doctor got the question, hey, do I need to eat meat in my situation? The doctor this is not the topic. The doctor was like, okay, meat is one of many options, and here this is the most likely you will actually follow. So therefore I give it this advice.
Yeah.
I don't understand your
Actually-
point. I'm sorry. Like, who
Yeah,
cares
actually-
what?
Actually, doctor cares about only nutrition. At what cost? They don't think about this.
The doctor favors the likelihood of the patient following the advice more than the more point behind it. That's the thing. If the doctor is convinced the person is regularly eating meat and not currently eating plants, then obviously the doctor will recommend eating more meat in the future because meat will do the same thing as plants in this case. It's like, what's the most likely good outcome for the patient on a health aspect, not the moral aspect. That's the
sorry,
difference here.
I'm really failing to understand. Can you make a point, please? I'm really failing
That's
to
my point.
understand.
You're saying the doctor doesn't know better, but I think the doctor doesn't care about more in this aspect. It's just about what the doctor thinks the patient is most likely to approve of
Well,
the diet.
it's not always like this. Like where I live and I work in a hospital, doctors would never talk like that. They would send the person to a dietitian, to a registered dietitian, who will assess somebody's diet. And if that person comes in and says, I'm on a vegan diet because I'm ethically convinced that I shouldn't be slaughtering animals for food, is there anything I can do? And I can't take supplements as well. A dietitian is going to formulate a diet that can address iron, zinc, selenium. Those are really easy to address. Selenium is like
iron,
you basically...
zinc.
Selenium is basically you take one Brazil nut and you done. Zinc, you eat a handful of pumpkin seeds and you're done. That's it.
Okay, look, I understand your logic, but what you're not understanding, if in 100 gram of the, like, I don't know what, beans or pumpkin seed or whatever,
Mhm.
and 100 gram of meat has like on average 3 to 4 times more elements and nutrients like B12, zinc, creatine, protein, and all of this combined compared to I don't know, like all the like beans and quinoa and all the things that you mentioned, right? So why would they just suffer just
Because
like,
you're making stuff up, because that's not what's happening. So give me a second. I'm going to share my screen again. Change stream quality, more options.
Maybe
First of all,
a counterpoint without any scientific
yeah.
proof.
So change stream, stop streaming. How do I stop streaming like that? So this is chronometer, right? First of all, measuring something by grams is illegible. It's a silly thing to do. You shouldn't do that because grams are not how we measure food. We measure food by
calories?
Calories, exactly. So let's see. Beef. Let's find beef steak, whatever.
Not
So
steak, just put like you're measuring by calories, right? Put lean.
okay, so hamburger or ground beef, 80% lean. I'm gonna put in grams for now, but then I'm gonna put in, why 1 gram? Come on. Then I'm gonna equalize them by calories. So let's take lentils. It's not even the thing that I would like say like tofu. Tofu would be better, but let's take lentils. This is lentils boiled, I guess, 100 grams. Let's see how much. But I'll take you on B12. B12, you should like drink fortified milk or take a supplement for, and you can take a supplement in powder form so it doesn't make you nauseous or whatever.
Yes, okay. You know, hamburger cooked ground beef,
Yeah.
it's much higher, for example, eating beef tartare, but has the same amount of like nutrients.
Not really. It's because when you cook something, you just like dehydrate it, so the nutrients scale up. So this is
Concentration increase.
yeah, 200 calories of burger, whatever. Let's see. So protein, 19 grams.
Yeah, look at the protein
yeah.
first. Lentils are the good
Yeah, there
source
you
of
go.
protein.
Yeah,
Okay.
19 grams. There you go. So that's that. Yeah, some zinc, very little iron, by the way. So you see how your doctor is like just didn't know that.
I'm a
Uh,
zinc deficient.
But-
Yeah, so you see,
And,
you need to eat like to get to your daily amount. You need to eat like a
Okay,
kilo,
what about B12?
more than a
for you?
kilo, 2
Like,
kilos.
vitamin B12.
Sorry.
Vitamin B12.
Yeah, there's some vitamin B12. I granted you that. Vitamin B12, you should take a supplement or drink fortified milks. Or eat even, cereals, like what kids eat that has vitamin B12 in it. And then let's take a look at the boiled lentils, right? So yeah, a little bit less protein. That's why I would say tofu would be better for protein, or TVP, stuff like that, right? So yeah, B12, 0, obviously, there's nothing there. Oh, look, iron, much more iron. And less zinc, yeah, for sure. So if you add some greens to it, though, and some, what has like bell pepper, right? So bell pepper would increase, I don't have to put it in. It would increase like the absorbability of that iron, which there is more of than in beef. And then like if you put some greens in it, like parsley or something, fresh, let's say 15 grams. It's like, I don't know, half the thingy. So
What about
yeah, that
what
would,
about omega-3 fats? Compare salmon to any vegetable.
yeah. So omega-3 fats are a strange thing that people think you can only get in salmon, but actually the source of omega-3s that we need, right, that is essential, is ALA. And ALA is something you get from plants. You can get a huge amount of it from things like flax seeds and chia seeds and things like that. But all plants have a lot of ALA. Like if you cook your food in some vegetable oil or like canola oil or something like that, that has a lot of ALA in as well. ALA is not an issue. So salmon has like D-chain, EPA, and if you eat enough ALA, if you eat like like a tablespoon of flaxseed every day, put it in your smoothie or shake or whatever, or I even prepare pancakes with that shit, then you have like a conversion to EPA. But DHA, yeah, there's not much conversion. Luckily, it's not an essential nutrient, and we actually have very little evidence that it does anything, and some evidence that it actually impedes health outcomes. But if you really want it, again, there is a supplement. I don't know what your issue with supplements is. I can't give you that. I don't know, really. Like, maybe you need to take it in powder form, or maybe you just, like, need to eat fortified foods. So, again, cereals would probably be the best for you with some plant milks.
Cereals that are ultra-processed cereals, you mean?
Yeah, that's not a problem. They have good health outcomes because they are so fortified. Yeah. People like think
Right,
ultra processed didn't exist until about like the concept of ultra processed didn't
I'm a
exist
bit
until.
confused. How is ultra processed a problem for
Yeah.
plant-based food, but not a problem for meat in the same place?
Yeah,
Like the
it's not a
processing
problem at
steps
all.
From,
Yeah, it's not a problem.
and question not for you, but for the
Yeah.
non-vegan that we are talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I don't understand. Like processed means for me like the steps between the base material until the result, and then if you consider all the steps an animal takes in or their
So you're saying
medicine,
omega-3 is not
etc.
an essential nutrient?
The DHA and EPA. ALA is essential. ALA you get exclusively for plants, I think.
So, EPA and DHA.
Yeah, EPA and
That's one
DHA.
from the fish.
Yeah, they're not essential nutrients. They might have some benefits. They might have some detriments. We have like very little understanding about those because they're not essential. So
When you talk about essential, do
No,
you mean
they're
like
actually
if you
very,
if you
very
don't eat them at
essential.
all?
no, EPA and DHA are not essential. You can like even Google
The
search will tell you that
major
the essential
DHA
omega-3 is ALA. The EPA and the
DHA is-
DHA, they're not essential. Trust me, I promise you. And I'm trying to get a nutritionist
the
in
book.
here, so he's going to explain it to you even better because he's better at it.
No, DHA is essential
It's not.
for.
Go search. Go to Google. Go to Google. Go
For-
search. Is DHA essential? Go for it.
Okay, so you are pro science, but you say that
Yeah, because I'm
DHA
pro
is
science,
not
I know that DHA is not essential. It's not an essential
I
nutrient.
just asked AI
ALA
this
is.
question. Sent the message in the chat. Maybe this helps explaining the confusion here.
it's a major
Yeah, I don't-
component of the brain
I'm not-
and retina, essential
Mhm.
for
It's-
cognitive
it's not an
function.
I
essential
think you
nutrient.
can-
Come on,
I
guy.
think I think you're conflating the idea that DHA doesn't convert, right? So ALA and DHT and DHA conversions, right? So it's the body. Yeah, someone's posted it. There you go. Just look at that, okay?
Yeah,
There you
just
go.
look at that. That's like simple Google search will give you. I don't know where
Yeah, so-
people got the idea that DHA is essential. It's not.
Yeah, exactly.
It has maybe
you
some
for asking
benefits,
that.
maybe no. We don't know. There you go. Right. ALA is again the thing in flax meals, in flax seeds, in chia seeds, in plant oils, so like vegetable oils and seed oils. ALA
Okay, what
is
about
there.
this one?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it converts. Yeah, 100%.
So
But there are
Like the
individuals who cannot efficiently convert ALA into
It's
EPA.
not about the
What do you mean?
efficiency,
Wait,
it's
no,
because-
wait. What do you mean by efficiently converts? Does it sufficiently convert?
Yeah.
Is the question being asked.
Sorry, what? What do you mean by efficiently what?
Sufficiently to meet your nutritional needs to feel your body. Whoops, I dropped something.
Yeah, you don't
yeah.
have it. You don't have the sufficient. There is no sufficiency there because they are not
Yes.
essential. You don't need them.
Yeah, exactly.
You might
Yeah.
want them. They might have some benefits. I take mine in like in algae. You can just eat algae for EPA and DHA.
I found this
if you
one
want
from the
food.
research.
Sorry.
Conversion of ALA to EPA and DHA happens at a very low rate.
Yeah.
Only a small percentage of ALA is converted to EPA.
Yeah.
and even
Small
less
percentage,
to-
but-
I actually
That's
told you that.
Oh my God. Are you listening to what we're saying, okay? We're saying, is it sufficient, though, to fuel your body's needs? And there is no RDA for this, okay? Do you understand?
No,
By the
some
way,
people.
The
Sure,
nutritionist is here, so that cheap guy is actually a nutritionist, and maybe he can help you out understand these very simple concepts, although we couldn't.
Yeah, I really don't see the point. I think like you just keep moving the goalpost with every single nutrient. You keep coming up with nutrients. We keep telling you that you can thrive on a plant-based diet. We keep telling you, yes, you can find it, everything that you need within
last
plants.
paragraph, please. Read
But-
the last paragraph.
Yeah,
No, I understand your whole
EPA and
point about
DHA
some
hold on.
part of Yeah, go on.
cheap gone. EPA and DHA aren't classified as essential. This is the part you want
Yeah,
me
they're
to
not
read.
essential.
So exactly the thing that I told you. Exactly the
You
thing.
know why they are not essential?
Yeah.
Because your
Because
body produces them.
no, because your body converts ALA to DHA and EPA.
So that means they're not
But-
essential.
But some individuals have genetic variations that lead to lower activity of these enzymes of ALA, making
Is
the
this the case
conversion
for you?
process less efficient and less sufficient.
So eat more.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Take
Like
algal oil.
I don't see the point.
Take algal
Well,
oil.
I-
It says it right there. Instead of fatty fish,
I
you can
can-
just take
I
algal
can
oil,
only get
and that's it.
I can only get DHA and EPA from salmon or mackerel from fish.
No, you can also
I
get it
doubt
from.
that is the case.
You can also get it
And
from
is
like
it-
sushi. If you eat sushi, you're gonna get some of it. Algal oil. You just go to your
You eat
like
sushi.
yeah, sushi
Uh,
has
listen,
algae
You
in
need
it.
like 2.5 grams of walnuts a day for on
Guys,
average for
whatever,
this.
you guys are not very well educated. Have a great
Oh,
day.
dude, you've
Wait.
been.
I don't see the point. Yeah, did he
It
leave?
just left.
Oh, rage quit. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not a vegan day if someone doesn't rage quit on us. How you doing, Chip?
I'm pretty good. I'm waiting for a phone call because tonight there is this animal rights mini conference in Amsterdam, and my friend who's the one who's organizes it is actually sick. So I'm going to be a moderator. I don't even know what the moderator implies, so I'm waiting on a phone call to find out what that implies.
Yeah. So
It's,
basically, be
physical or,
impartial.
virtual. Sorry.
Sorry, go on. Hurry.
Is it a physical or virtual meeting?
Say that again. Is it what?
Is it a physical meeting or like a virtual meeting?
Oh no, it's a physical one. It's called a RAF. It's I forgot what it stands for, but it's RAAF.
Ooh.
Maybe you can hold the mic for someone or like push annoying non-vegans around and stuff.
I mean, the last time we did it. Oh, here it goes. Here comes the phone call. I'll be back.
All right. See you, Chip.
But I'm pretty sure a moderator doesn't mean build. Wait, what's the name for this guy standing in front of the club and trying to get the very drunk people out?
No idea. But I
It's-
think a moderator is somebody who just doesn't let things get out of control the way we did because we don't have a moderator here right now.
Problem is, I don't think you find people that are like at least so much in favor of veganism without being personally involved. So it's hard to find someone who's like neutral on this.
Yeah, maybe. What's up, Sio?
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to get a word in before about regarding ALA and the conversion. Like they have, like, I know also that only ALA is the essential one,
Yeah.
but that's beside the point. Like if we're just talking about the conversion, they have like seen that the conversion of ALA to DHA and EPA is higher in vegans than people who eat fish.
Oh, really?
Because like I don't know exactly the figure or what study, but you can probably find it because they compared people who eat fish with people on the plant-based diet, and it was like 2, 3, 4 times. It was significantly higher conversion of it. Also like regarding like iron and heme iron, that's a kind of different thing point I have regarding that actually you don't want heme iron because it's not rate limitable. Like if you eat too much of it, the body will just take it in and store it.
Yeah.
But if you eat too much of plant iron, the body will just not absorb it. But the body has to absorb heme iron. It can't get rid of it. Like it's just over, and you can like easily get like too much iron if you eat stuff like liver that also contains too much copper and some heavy metals that isn't listed because they're not nutrients and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, well said, mate. Yeah, I think I remember reading that study back in the day too about like vegans when they're eating just plant-based, they hyperconvert. Yeah, the body just adapts. It's an amazing thing that happens. Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
If someone's interested, I just linked the 2019 study in the chat here.
Oh, awesome. I'm gonna add it to my site.
Cool.
Yeah, Hannibal, I
think
have this site where I like put frequently asked questions and I just like populate it with all
I've-
kinds of stuff.
I think also like there's it barely exists anyone who is like deficient in omega-3s.
No.
The only people who are deficient in that is what, like if you would eat like pure sugar or something, like because
Yeah.
you really very small amounts of it.
Yeah, it's like creating a problem
that-
where there is
it
no
can,
problem. For real.
Yeah.
I think most
That's it.
discussions
Yeah.
about nutrition about vegans is by people that are unhealthy at the moment and maybe be a little bit unhealthy with a vegan diet, but still maybe benefit from the diet on a health scale, but don't understand how unhealthy they are at the moment. So it's a bit weird to have this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some people coming in yesterday and the first thing they were like, "Oh, you're a vegan, you're nutrient deficient." Just I hadn't said anything about what I ate. They just assumed.
Pretty sure that
immediately.
typical vegan is more conscious about what they eat, therefore they know better about nutrition in general, therefore they are more likely to be healthy, ignoring what they eat. Like I would also assume an ex-vegan is more healthy than a non-vegan.
I don't know.
Yeah, this actually
It's a typical-
suggests the link that you gave me. Doesn't it actually suggest that some vegans don't get enough ALA? How the fuck not? Well, some vegans are against like vegetable oils, I guess. Maybe that's how.
Do you know any, sorry, do you guys know any commercial available products in the supermarket I can buy that are enriched with B12?
You can have nutritional yeast, usually enriched with B12. Lots of breakfast cereals. If you like a nice sweet breakfast cereal with soy milk first thing in the morning, or I would just take a supplement. To be quite honest with you, it's so
Yeah.
easy. All the
I
nutrients.
don't know.
True.
The
I mean,
ones
I like eating like breakfast way more than the idea of taking medicine, even though I know it's just an easy thing. But
Yeah.
when I want to eat something like in the morning, so I feel fit for the day, and if this ever combine this with something else, and it's way easier to simply have the
Mm. Well, it's,
the
it's,
meat in the kitchen
quite
without the
small
medicine.
of a.
as
It's
funny as
often
it's...
quite small. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Just it's quick. Yeah, like it's often quite small amounts of B12 when it's fortified. Like in a pill, you might get like 1,000 micrograms, but when it's like in a fortified, it's usually like just a couple of micrograms.
It's a really funny thing that when you look at the micro and macros on fortified cereal, like your breakfast, like even Cocoa Pops, even like Cheerios or something, like they're crazy out of the box, and like the vegan ones are just like the same. They're fortified, but like they're so good for you. Just throw some soy milk on there and like eat that. Like it really does set you up for the day. Yeah.
It's really interesting.
So-
I'll probably look into this. What's the name of the cereal I need to look at? Can you look
The
give me a name
one
or
that
something?
I have is a vegan cereal from Tesco. Maybe Phallic will know. Let me look it up.
Can you write
But
this in the chat?
it's got like half my iron for the day. It's got like all my B12 in there. It's like high protein. It's so good for you. And I'm like, it's just like a tasty snack in the morning, you know? There you go. Look it up. Hang on.
I'm happy to try it out. Can you write the name of it in the chat so I can
Yeah,
find
I'll
something
look it
similar
up.
more you?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, food technology is like coming on leaps and bounds. We're stuck in the dark ages when it comes to eating animals, and I don't know why. It's just it's an anathema to me.
think even if you ignore the like morality around animal suffering, there's so much we don't know about the basic thing we do 3 times a day. It's scary.
Mm.
Like we wanna be healthy in whatever other scenario in life, but this very like core center thing is so faded and clouded.
Mhm. This is a bit of an expensive one that I'm going to pose, but I do like this one. It's so tasty. I like the chocolatey. I like it when the milk goes chocolatey, and then I drink the milk.
Chocolate
I
crunch.
slurp it up. Make horrible noises.
What's up, Felix? What's up, Tone?
Yo.
Oh, hello. How are you?
Can't talk. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, when I pinged you before, I wanted a mod in here, but it didn't escalate. There was just
Ooh, see that mic makes it really hard for me to understand what you're saying. Sorry. It's my fault, not yours. I have issue with like bad mics. I can't something about like the phones as well, like phone conversations. I just can't get the full picture. Like when there is some of the wavelengths, sound lengths are like dropped. I can't connect the dots at all.
Postmortem, are you on a computer right now?
Yeah.
Do you have a NVIDIA graphics card?
Yeah.
There's a program called NVIDIA Broadcast that can use local AI to try to sync in your input and output voice to be more like understandable. You can activate this for Discord and like disable if you watch videos or stuff.
Okay, is it gonna help me here understand what people say with bad mics?
Yeah, definitely. That's the whole point. Like if I'm, for example, having, if for example, I'm not inside my room, but outside next to a busy street, and I'm having a shitty mic, you would hear almost nothing from me. And if I'm enabling this on the output mic, then you don't hear the sound of cars at all. The same way it's for input voices. Like for example, if you're watching a vlogger that's running around in the city and you activate this feature, it sounds like they're somewhere entirely silent and we don't just hear their voices.
I'm gonna download that. I appreciate that, Hannibal. I appreciate that a
It's
lot.
called NVIDIA Broadcast.
Yeah, I found it. I'm gonna download it later.
You just need to change the audio devices so that Discord actually uses this feature instead of your main audio device.
Oh shit, I have to like change it everywhere then. Oh, it's gonna create havoc because I have like OBS and Discord and
Oh
other stuff.
yeah, this will
This will
be a bit
fuck
confusing,
everything
but I
up.
think
Yeah.
if you have the time for it and motivated to play around with it, I think it's useful.
Alright. I'll think about it. That changes like a lot. If I have to run my entire thing through it, oh man, the OBS is gonna go wild. And I'm gonna find myself like streaming when people are like, we can't hear you, VPM.
I think you can set up it in OBS correctly, like it's just like a virtual audio input and output. But you need to play around with it, obviously. It's not like instantly working.
Is it like the virtual cable thing?
Yeah, exactly. That's the very same thing.
Oh man.
It just
You know, when
bundles.
I downloaded that shit, it like fucked everything up, including like the download of Windows 11 update. It just like I had to delete it because otherwise, and then it fucked everything. All my electronic appliances I had to like reconfigure and shit like that.
Okay, crazy.
So I might not.
I was using virtual cable heavily like 10 years ago or something, but never in the last couple of years. So I don't know if there's more problems, especially with Windows 11. But on Windows 10, I can assure it should work fine. But I also don't use OBS regularly, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe there are even more like less intense, less invasive forms of using some local auto correction of for sounds. Like like NVIDIA is just a simple example because it uses the power of your graphics cards to fix the audio. So you don't need to like have a delay because you're sending it offline or something.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I don't know if it's gonna correct like the issue that I have like with Seo's mic, for instance, because it just drops so much information in that I'm like.
Is it better now or?
Oh no, I hear you perfectly clear.
Okay, it's I think it's I have a what is it called, Sennheiser headset, and it's it's one of the more expensive ones, but somehow it struggles, and I have to restart it often.
Yeah, I think also like you don't have like noise suppression, any kind of noise suppression. So every time you talk, all the noise suppression is not well configured, because when you talk, there is also like a hissing sound, and all the sounds behind you, we can hear them. It's kind of weird.
And I'm at work also, so it's a lot of sound behind me. So sorry.
No,
But,
I'm not saying it's like to
it's
disparage
okay.
you.
It's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying it to disparage anybody. I'm just saying I have an issue. I said it's my
But it's,
issue. Like hearing
No,
like
but-
dropped information. I can't.
But it's good for me to know also, so that if I'm about to buy another headset, I might choose Sony or something else. I don't know.
Maybe you just can put like different filters on it. So let me just. I have pretty good. So again, I'm in OBS, but I'm guessing filters work kind of the same everywhere. So I'm gonna just snapshot my filters and see. Like I have instead of noise suppression, it's turned off. I have like a compressor and expander on set up, and then whatever is like basically not in front of my face, it's not gonna make a sound. Took a sick day today. Oh, are you sick?
Twisted, are you still there?
Felix? Sorry, go on.
Twisted, are you still there? Okay, never mind, I guess.
He'll come back.
I just searched for some local products, and local company has something that also contains the term like protein and stuff, and allegedly it contains B12.
Nice. What's up, Max Hill? Max Hill? I don't know how to say that.
Hello.
How you doing?
Just chilling.
Yeah, chilling. Chilling is good. Do you think we should?
Why I cannot see your share screen?
Sorry,
I cannot see your share screen.
you can't see my share screen. I don't know why. Oh, it's weird. I can see it. Strange. Oh, but there is like a sign there. I don't know. Doesn't matter. My share screen is not important right now. It's all right. No worries. Are you vegan, Maxil?
No.
Why not?
I don't know, because I'm from Indonesia and I don't know if vegan is
Sorry, where are you from?
Indonesia, and I still don't know what it's vegan is.
Sure. So
Because I eat a whole foods like my family cooking for me.
yeah. So would you like me to explain to you what veganism is?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So veganism is the rejection of exploitation and slaughter of sentient beings for unnecessary stuff that includes food, clothing, and entertainment, usually, and some other esoteric stupid shit. So whenever we, so what does that mean? So we don't eat animal products in our diet. We don't have animal products in our diet. We don't wear or don't buy leather or silk, stuff like that. We don't go to circuses. We don't go to zoos. All of that is unnecessary entertainment for which animals are exploited and slaughtered for. So we avoid it.
Ah, I see.
Mhm.
So you don't get the protein from animals?
No, we get it from plants.
Oh, in Indonesia we eat tempeh. You know tempeh?
Yes, I love tempeh. The
Yeah.
local tempeh is a little funky. I wish I could get my hands on Indonesian tempeh.
Yeah, is it very good?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So you can just eat tempeh like instead of like meat or eggs or fish or cheese or chickens, right? You can just eat tempeh instead. You can eat tofu. Tofu is delicious in Indonesia, right? There's a lot of it. It's a little
Yeah.
toxically produced, but you know, there is still no health outcomes on that. I guess like if that's how you guys produce tofu, probably animal products are produced in a similar way. But yeah. So
Oh,
what
so
would
so ve-
yeah, go on.
so vegan just not for food only.
Yeah.
It's a whole
Yeah.
product from animal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
I just know.
don't go paying for bullfighting or dog fighting either. Don't go to circuses and zoos, right? It's just unnecessary. It's just for entertainment. And don't buy new leather or silk or whatever other animal-derived clothing is. You know, just buy cotton, vegan leathers, stuff like that.
And if I may add, it's like all these are conclusions
Yeah.
to being vegan. These are all like consequences of being vegan. Being vegan is literally about respecting animals, about giving them moral consideration. Would you consider yourself as a person who respects animals, Maxiel?
Actually, I'm just the cat lovers right now. So I try to learn something to respect to animals, but yeah, still learning from that.
So you're trying to learn to respect animals. That's a very interesting thing. Can I ask why are you trying to learn that?
I don't know. Sometimes just when you see animals got being you know when you see the wait it the slaughterhouse because my house is near slaughterhouse chicken like yeah.
Well, tell us
And
a bit of details. Tell us a bit of the what you see and what you see chickens experience and stuff like that.
wait, I don't know how to say. Um,
Does it smell, for example? Is there noise?
oh, it's noise. Yeah, noise. I forgot the words.
No worries.
It's because the noise from the chicken, like, the slaughterhouse is, yeah, I can describe, how it's noisy.
I'm very sorry, I need to go right now. Can someone just maybe look at the chat here? I posted a link of a local product, and I'm not sure if this is vegan because it's so confusing labeled. Like it has the term may contain milk. and still is called vegan on another spot on the same page. Can I
If
trust
it says it may contain milk, it usually means that it's been processed in a factory where they also processed milk products. So some people are allergic to milk. That's why they put that on there. But it doesn't mean that within their ingredients or within the making of this product, milk was used.
Oh yeah, Weetabix
So
is
it's-
vegan. Weetabix is vegan.
So it's this case of may contain traces of
Exactly.
milk because of same like factory.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
for people who are allergic, it's not like I don't think
Oh,
it's a
okay.
vegan concern. You're not paying for exploitation and
okay.
slaughter of animals for it when you buy Weetabix.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really like this. Okay, thank you. So if it says vegan and it says may contain something not vegan, it's still vegan.
May contain is specifically could contain trace amounts, but probably doesn't kind of situation. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
So
you very
if
much.
it says definitely contains, if it's part of the ingredient list, then you're in
No,
trouble.
it clearly
Oh, no.
contain it clearly has the term may there.
Yeah.
So
So that's not a problem. I couldn't open the link, by the way, but I saw that it's
That's okay.
Weetabix. Weetabix is vegan.
you can't open the link. What happens if you try it?
Yeah. I don't know why.
Well, one
I mean, it's a local Austrian website. Maybe that's the problem, but still confusing. I assume this works globally.
I opened it and it works.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't work for me. Maybe because I run it through. I run all of my communication through Sandbox. Maybe some sites have an issue with it.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's Austrian technology. It's Austrian technology, so I don't trust it much. So anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. Thanks. Anyway, have a good one. Bye bye.
Thank you, Hannibal. Bye. So, Max Hill, we're in the middle of something, I think.
Yeah, you were telling us how it feels like to have a slaughterhouse next to you, and you were saying that the sounds are bad, I guess. Do you hear the chicken scream? What do you hear?
Yeah, you can if you come to my house, you can chicken scream because it's a lot chicken to be cut off head. I don't know how to say it. Yeah.
Does it
It's
sound
interesting
like?
that
Does it sound like chickens are having a good time in there?
Sorry?
Does it sound like the chickens are having a good time in the slaughterhouse?
No.
No. Sounds like they're having a bad time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on, Chip.
I mean, it's interesting to me that just hearing that, and that does make you want to consume or consider them more, right? It's interesting because a lot of the times, the people that we speak to are usually so far from this process that they don't really see the issues with it. But here you are, theoretically still detached from the process, but just physically you're next to it. And simply being next to such a process already impacts your choices. And I mean, what we're doing is essentially we're trying to tell people, well, aside from the process being horrible for everyone around them, right? Which it is extremely awful for the individuals who go through that process, right? Like the chickens, the cows, and the pigs. And knowing that we as humans do not need to participate in any of it. We don't need to consume any animal products for our health. We don't need to wear any leather for our clothing or anything, right? We don't need to support dog fighting or stuff like that. We can entertain ourselves in other ways. So knowing that there is absolutely no need for this process, wouldn't you say then that we should always not participate in this process? I'm sorry, that was a bit convoluted. Do you think we should? Do you see it more of as an obligation to not be part of it, or how do you see this process itself? Do you see it as, well, it's people's choice to be part of it, or do you think people should really not be part of it?
Wait a minute.
Um,
Mm.
By the way, Max Hill, you're doing great with your English. So if you just want to speak and if some of the words don't come out, that's okay. Just speak. And if one word you don't really know it, I don't know, maybe say it in Indonesian and maybe it's similar to other words that because there's several different languages being spoken in this, and maybe you'll understand.
It's hard to translate it because it's like first topic to my conversation, so I need to be search the words so you can understand what I say.
Sure.
So can you repeat the last question? Sorry.
Yeah, sure. I was saying that you dislike the process, and you obviously know that what we're doing to animals is horrific because you're close to it. And my question is, do you think what we do to animals should be a choice, or do you think it should be stopped and nobody should participate in it?
Oh, okay, I got it. Uh, I I think I rather not to be involved, and I think I cannot to stop the process because in Indonesia there are a lot eat chickens because the chicken is halal and cheap in Indonesia.
mhm.
It's hard to tell to stop.
I completely
uh,
understand what you mean. Like it's hard to tell people to stop. You're right. But
yeah.
my question, like, isn't about getting people to stop, but rather not how to do it, but rather should people stop? What do you think? Should like let's imagine that is
Mm.
very easy to get people to stop. Do you think that people should stop then?
I think if somebody like me, like uh, live near the slaughterhouse, I think it's depends on the person. Maybe I'm feel horrible to hear the sound from the chickens, or maybe someone just feel ignorance for to hear it.
Sure, but let
I
me
hope you
ask you
get it.
if some people cannot hear the chickens scream,
Yeah,
should those people pay for chickens to be in a process where they end up screaming for their life?
yeah. I think they. I I tell you before because the chicken is the cheap protein and it's halal to eat for Muslim Indonesia because Indonesia a lot of Muslim. So rather is the they hear or not, or maybe they just uh not care about the process.
I understand that. Um, Okay, I think it's a little bit difficult to get the nuance of what I'm asking. So let's move on. But about
Yeah,
yourself.
I think I'm not getting your. Sorry.
That's okay. No, you're doing great, by the way. It's obviously like it's a pretty nuanced question what I was asking. So let me ask you about yourself, right? So you don't like hearing these chickens scream. Do you think that you have some responsibility for them screaming?
For responsibility. Mm, oh, wait. It's hard. I think I have.
Like, let me put it this way. Do you think that if you make different choices, then certain chickens wouldn't be screaming in that facility?
For tech, the responsibility, I think for me to, I don't know. Sorry.
It's okay, you're doing great.
Mm, uh, for tech, the responsibility, I think, in my opinion, for just now, I try to not to consume it, and usually my family just process the vegetarian and fish, not the chicken. I think this.
Okay, but do you think that fish may also feel the same pain that chickens
Yeah.
do in this process?
I think the fish is not feel the pain. I don't know.
So you assume that they do not or that they do?
Yeah, it's just my opinion. Maybe the fish not feel the pain like the chicken, because when he when I bought the fish, I just bought that fish. If you get it. So
Yes, I get what you mean, but like, if you found out that fish feel pain, just like chickens do, or I don't know if like them, but that they feel pain as much as chickens do, would you then think that it is just as wrong to process fish?
I think I still cannot to feel it because I not hear the scream for the fish, or maybe something something that with words.
But fish cannot scream, but that
Yeah,
does not
I
mean that
know
they
it.
do not feel pain, right? Like,
Yeah.
if let's imagine that there's a human being who cannot scream themselves, would killing them, exploiting them, for something we do not need, would that be okay?
Okay.
So would killing a human being who cannot scream be okay, according to you?
Oh, it's not okay, bro. It's just like it's so horrible.
Yeah, so it's horrible because when it comes to a human being, you can understand their perspective. And when it comes to a chicken, because you hear them scream, I don't know if you understand their perspective, but you see it or you hear it. But when it comes to fish, you don't understand their perspective at all because you don't see them scream, you don't hear them say stop or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
So they are in that situation where they do still feel the pain. Maybe they would scream if they could, but they cannot. So do you think is it right to kill fish knowing that you don't need to?
Yeah, it's not right.
Oh, that's
But-
I
Yes. Maybe I need to be more learn about the animals being. I like your opinion, by the way.
Thank you. I I can give you a resource, by the way, in Indonesian.
Oh, you have.
Yeah, coincidentally, we do have resources also in Indonesian.
Oh, maybe you can just give me the article or website.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Right. What's up, Lady Butcher? What's up, and on my way?
1 second, Max Hill. I'm gonna drop this website, and just on top of the website, there's a documentary. I suggest you give that a watch. It has Indonesian subtitles. By watching that, it may also help with your English, of course, but you also just get to see everything that animals go through, and then you get to make a choice. If you need help, you have everything you need on this website.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the conversation.
Right. Buddy, you can't stay away, can you? Right. What's up, and on my way? I'm on my way. Hey,
Yep, good.
Nabi.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Hello.
Are you
Good morning,
vegan?
guys. How are you?
I'm not vegan, but I'm focusing more right now in vegetarian. I'm a flexitarian at the moment,
Mhm.
but I'm gradually switching to vegetarian diet, and I'm not into like vegan.
Why not?
I haven't considered about thinking on the vegan
Mhm.
at this topic.
Okay.
Why do you want to be a vegetarian before like I'll let Postmortem speak, but
No,
I'm
no, go
curious,
on.
why do you want to be a vegetarian?
Yeah, I usually in our culture we used to have like mostly seafood like fish. In my family we used to have the like consumption of fish. We don't consume meat, and I'm switching to vegetarian because of health issues. Like I have studied a little bit, not in a deep perspective, that vegetarian is much better in terms of health. So I'm little bit gradually shifting to vegetarian diet.
Do you think we should, if we know that our actions impede on somebody else's health, do you think we should change our actions?
Sorry?
If we find out that what we do makes others not healthy, should we stop doing that thing, do you think?
Can you give an example?
Yeah, sure. So buying dairy makes cows unhealthy because The production of dairy takes away their calves. So that's psychological health incredibly impeded because mothers usually care for their children. It's also unhealthy for them because they are bred to have like really big udders. So that's detrimental to their health. And also, like, depending on location, if you're in India, after they can't get impregnated anymore, they're usually either sold to slaughter or like just kicked out to starve on the streets. And I think that's incredibly unhealthy to get slaughtered.
Yep.
Right?
Yep, I do agree with that point.
Yeah.
I
So
do
the
agree with
question
that
is,
point.
if your actions impede on somebody else's health, do you think you should stop doing that action?
Yep, absolutely. Why not?
So maybe you should stop drinking dairy for the health of the dairy cows. Yeah.
See, in my culture, the dairy consumption is not like we do it in a regular basis. Like in a month, we take like 1-2 times like that. And the fish consumption is also, for me, like in a month, I take one
Sorry.
time.
You feed a huge animal, a cow, so
No,
that
no.
you could take twice a month some milk. Can you
I mean,
provide
it's not.
evidence for this claim, please?
What? Can you please continue the question?
Well,
I'm not clear.
before we get there, like I'm curious. Wait, so do you think, because sticking to the moral aspect of it, I'm curious. Like, so you said it's bad that we do this to them, but do you think that it becomes good if we do it rarer?
No, I mean, it's more of like a culture, upbringing. So
No, I
right now
understand.
it's, but
I understand
it's,
why you do it. Yeah.
okay. It's more of like, upbringing.
Okay, but like you were also upbrought to consume flesh, yet you
No. Flesh,
want to change that.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying, that the digestion process and all this kind of stuff, if you consume non-vegetarian food, it is take more time to digest, and
Okay, but let's recap for a bit, right? So you started off by saying that you want to be vegetarian for your health. Then
I'm
you were
switching
asked.
to vegetarian diet. I'm switching to vegetarian diet gradually.
Yes, and then you were asked by post-mortem if you should consider the health of other individuals when you are making choices, right? Like the dairy cows. And you said, yes, we should definitely consider them also. Do you think that if you consume 1 time per month dairy products, that 1 time, are you considering the health of the dairy cows when you do that?
Yep.
So how exactly are you considering the dairy cows when you do that, knowing that those dairy cows are forcefully inseminated, have their babies taken from them, and eventually killed when they can no longer be impregnated?
Yep, I haven't thought about that much in deep, to be honest. Yep, so that's my point.
So you haven't thought about it. Okay, but let's think about it now, right? Okay, so we're not here to judge. We're here to get you to think a little bit. So let's think about it now for a second. Do you think that even if you do it once a month, that you may still be doing something that is bad for the cow?
Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely, right. So it doesn't really matter if you do it daily or you do it once a month. As long as you're exploiting an individual, it's bad.
Yep.
Okay.
Even if you are consuming one day, in morally we can say it's wrong. Even for
I
1 day.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you to say. So then
because of our food habits and upbringings, it is little bit difficult, but we are gradually, changing the food habits and all these things. That's what I'm saying.
Sure. Do you think it's do you think it should be, in order for you to be
Mhm.
a moral person, in order for you to live your life knowing that you're doing the right thing, do you think it's important that you never participate in this again? I understand if you may have difficulty doing it, but my question is, do
Mhm.
you think you should stop altogether consuming animal products?
See, this is where the point is that gradual. That's why I am taking the gradual step. Suddenly stop. It is very difficult for me. So I am gradually declining the diet habits. That's why I can switch completely to vegetarian diet. That's how I am taking this process.
But do you see the destination of this process as extremely important that you stop consuming animal products?
Yep, it will be better to if completely stop. It is much better.
And when you say you are taking it gradually, should you at any point in this gradual take, should you at any point stop, or should you only stop when you reach the destination, and that is no more animal products being consumed?
Now it's more of emotion. What I can say. Gradual stop. There is a point at which I will stop eating all these kind of stuffs. So it also depends on my capability.
Okay, and here comes the difficult question then for you. So, how many more animals should be exploited and slaughtered for you until you stop?
Come again, please.
Sure. So, how many animals, how many cows, how many, I don't know, chickens if you consume eggs, how many of these animals should be exploited, that means unfairly used, and slaughtered for you until you decide to stop completely?
I mean, if I am more in a moral way, then no need to be exploited.
So that should be 0, right?
Yep.
Okay, I appreciate that you want that. I mean, if we provide you with resources to help you have a healthy plant-based diet starting tomorrow or today, not even tomorrow, would you see it as important?
I mean, I am mostly out of in a 30 days a month. Most of the time I like 26, 27 days. My diet is almost most of the time it is vegetarian diet.
So it should theoretically be easy for you to switch to a
Yeah.
completely
It is.
plant-based diet.
Yep. It is. It's all depend on my will. Will and my moral.
Yeah, and I think you say that you understand morally that you should be plant-based. So now why is your will to change not big enough? Like, do you think that their life is not worth enough? Like if you put into balance what you get from their exploitation, is that worth more than what they suffer for that exploitation?
To me, I think right now at the moment what I'm experiencing is like, to me, I feel like non-vegetarian is not more of a nutrition, but for the sake of taste. That is all about what market is working. Because I feel like the nutrition which we are getting from non-veg food is, we can arrange all those kind of nutrition from plant-based foods. So I feel like it is more of a taste than nutrition.
But wait, what do you mean by taste? You mean like, because you don't consume meat, you said, right? So do you mean like,
no, I mean,
like
I'm talking
milk
about
or
fish.
what?
Fish.
Oh, fish.
Yep.
Yeah, but like, is
It's
the
more
taste
of like, to be honest, it tastes good, but in terms of nutrition wise, I feel like nutrition aspect, we can get all those kind of nutrition from plant-based food.
But let me ask you, because it takes you what? It takes you 10 minutes, 15 minutes to eat a fish, right? Do you think that that 10 minutes, 15 minutes of taste is worth more than the whole existence of the fish that you're erasing by doing that?
We are not. I'm not thinking in that way, to be honest, in that deep. So
That's
I
okay.
have
That's
no.
why I ask you this now. Like, what do you think now?
Can you repeat the question?
Sure. So those 10 minutes or 15 minutes of taste pleasure that you get, do you think they're worth the exploitation and slaughter that that fish goes through for it?
No.
And just to emphasize, because thank you for saying no, by the way, but just to be clear, it's not that you would be getting no taste at all, right? You can still get extremely good taste and good food enjoyment from plant-based products, right? So it's merely
Yep, sure.
about so it's merely about that taste difference. And if that taste difference really doesn't matter that much, then why not just change right now? Like how many more individuals have to be killed for you until you change?
Yep, I mean, there are a lot of tasty food alternatives that are available in vegetarian food, that it will be easy for a person like me to switch completely to vegetarian diet. So there is no problem for that.
And by the way, when you say vegetarian, I hope you mean no animal products, right? You don't mean milk or eggs or stuff
Yeah,
like that, right?
in my culture, meat consuming dairy product is not that much of an important, you know.
No, but what, as we've established, even once can still be bad for the animal, right? So I just want to be clear that when you mean a vegetarian diet, you mean like a plant-based diet, right?
Yeah, only plant-based diet. I'm not talking about dairy products.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So I don't know. I feel like I don't know exactly how to incentivize you right now. I can give you resources to help you with adopting a plant-based diet. It seems like your values are on point. So let me ask you this, because if your values are on point, let me ask you this. If I say that I respect women, but then I go around and I beat up women, do I really respect them?
You have to know why. You have to know the context before you come to a conclusion. Why the situation happened.
So let's say I beat up women because I get some form of benefit from it.
What kind of benefit?
I get some pleasure from beating up women.
No, so morally that's wrong.
Morally, that's wrong. But my question to you is, if I say that I respect women, but I go around doing that, which one do you think is more important? What I say or what I do?
Okay. It's a little bit confusing for me to understand this. You know.
Sure. So if I say that beating up women is wrong, that's what I say, right?
Yeah.
But then from time to time, I beat up a woman. Now the question is, what do you think matters more? What I say or what I do? The fact that I actually beat up a woman?
I feel like the action is more important.
Exactly. So in the same way, you have the right values, you say the right things, but your actions are doing the wrong thing. So if you say that the actions are more important than what you say, don't you think you should follow through and adjust your actions?
Yep. I got your point, what you're saying. Yep. Like 6 months or 8 months before, let me be very clear. Like 6 to 8 months before, I used to eat little bit more of what I have right now at the situation. But I'm more resistant towards eating non-vegetarian food if I can. If I want to completely switch to vegetarian diet, I can. I have that kind of resilience in me. I have developed that kind of resilience in me.
Yeah, that's perfect. So it seems like there is no reason going forward for you to consume any animal product.
Yep. But for the sake of pleasure, or you can say taste, that's what hold me back. That's it.
Yeah, I understand. I like the thing with taste, by the way, is that taste adjusts, right?
Yeah,
So
it-
the more
but
you
there is also
consume them, yeah, go on.
but there is also a point that if I get more delicious options in vegetarian food, then there is no point of me to consume anymore, non-vegetarian food.
I think you're already there. I think there is no point for you to ever consume non-vegetarian food anymore. I mean, you say you get some pleasure from eating fish, but then you say that the fish's life is more important. So I don't know. It feels to me like in order for you to live up to your own values, you should be vegan starting right now.
Yeah, Max. Sorry, I'm on my way. Let me ask you a question. So,
Yep, sure.
how tasty is the fish? Well, 1 to 10, right? 1 is disgusting, 10 is delicious.
Yeah, it's not like there are. It's depend upon the cooking procedure,
Yeah. So,
It depends.
I'm just trying to figure out, right? Just
Mhm.
how much increase in taste pleasure was the animal sacrificed for?
Yeah, I mean it's depend upon the cooking procedure,
Yeah, I'm just asking, just how much pleasure are you getting from the animal carcass that it makes it okay to slaughter that animal for it?
Sorry, come again.
How much more pleasure do you get from eating an animal carcass, so an animal corpse, that makes it justifiable to slaughter an animal for it? I'll give you an example, right? I used to love meat.
Yep.
I used to love burgers, especially specific burgers and hot dogs. I used to eat like trash. And I would say that like a nice veggie burger is about an 8, right? And a good meat burger, as much as I remember it, is about a 9 on a taste pleasure, right? So for increase of 1 point on the scale of taste pleasure, I don't think I should sacrifice an animal's life for that. So just a slight increase of taste pleasure is a horrific justification to take somebody's life for it. So even
I
if
agree with that one.
So even if you reduce your pleasure from taste a little bit, you know that at least an animal hasn't died for it, because the animal's life is more important than this slight tiny increase of your pleasure for about 15 minutes of a meal. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Who else?
I'm gonna drop a link for you. It's called Challenge 22. They help you get a plant-based diet and make sure you have all the nutrients there if you subscribe to it. They send you recipes every day and they help you go vegan, all of it for free.
Yep, sure, thanks.
Thanks.
Ooh, what's up? Oh, I guess. Oh my god, it's so quiet.
How much are you deadlifting there, BPM?
It's 6 on each side, so like 12 kilos. Not much, but I'm a tiny person.
No. I see it. That's pretty good. Oh, like barbells, you mean? Oh, sorry, like dumbbells, not barbells.
Oh no, it's a barbell.
Oh, it's a barbell. Oh, that's cool. So
Yeah.
you also have the weight of the barbell.
I feel it's a little light, 6 on each side, so I'm gonna increase it next time, I think.
Heck yeah.
It's just my barbell is cheap as fuck. I don't know how much it can handle on each side.
I have a cheap one also. I think it has like 6 kilograms in total, mine.
Yeah, I think if I like add another 2 in there, it would actually like put me in like 10 to 15 reps range and actually like do some hypertrophy. I feel like I've done nothing right now, frankly. I increased a little cardio, so that's good.
I do it also. So when I'm at home, I have workouts at home and I do small weight. Like I do like 15 reps when I do Romanian deadlift with straight leg. But I do it like when I get to the bottom. By the way, I noticed how you are doing it. Make sure that you don't go too much past the knee, right? Because the whole point is you're still engaging your glutes, and you stay there, engage the glutes for 1 second, and then pull back explosively. So you slow down, stay, and then explosively pull.
Don't go past the knee. Don't go all the way to the bottom.
So you should go past the knee, but maybe like as much as your hand. Like the point isn't for you to like just go as much until you feel the stretch within your hamstrings.
I can, dude. I'm stretchy as fuck. I only feel the stretch, a slight amount of stretch when I go all the way to the bottom.
Okay,
it would be pointless for me otherwise, really.
Oh, okay, I see it. Okay, yeah. But, like for me, it's like I can't touch the ground with my hands. I lack mobility, so.
Yeah. Oh, I have too much mobility. I can give you some.
That would be great.
Well, no. The first time I dislocated my shoulder I was 4 years old. It's not great.
Yo, Chip, what you need to do is you have much more heavier groceries. That usually helps with mobility.
I mean, I did mobility exercises after workout for 3 months continuously, and my mobility didn't improve at all. My hamstrings, I think I think I just have like biologically, because it's not about muscles. I only have muscles for a couple of years, but it's always been the case that my hamstrings have been a bit short. So, and I guess it's just my physiology.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The problem is for me that when I engage the glutes and the hamstrings and stuff, my calves are also engaged. And I really want to disengage my calves because my calves are like super like always been really, really big. And I don't want them that big anymore. Like they keep growing and I'm like, no, stop. I want the other muscles to grow. So I don't know what to do with that. So I just keep doing it. I don't know.
You're a calf grower. You're the envy of most bodybuilders.
By the way, I think that's like genetic. Yeah, I don't need to do anything for my calves. In fact, if I could turn them off, I would prefer it. But I think it's genetic because like my mom and my aunt also have like these huge calves and they would never work out. So it's not like, but like the calves are like really big, family.
Just real quick, Lady Butcher wants to create an event. What should we call it?
Vegan extravaganza.
How about starting an
I don't
event?
know.
Yeah, go on. Let's go. Jason Worries, what's up? Jason, want to talk to us? We are sad and lonely. Vegans are sad and lonely people when they can't talk to no vegans. We suffer. Please end our suffering. Oh. Okay, I guess I'm gonna try to put some more on the bar and see if something happens. I don't know.
But yeah, post. Yeah, I think I ripped a muscle on my left rib, and it kind of feels like what my bones are broken. It's a very interesting feeling.
Dude, please tell me you went to the doctor.
Oh yeah, I did. I'm not sure if you were checking the chat, but I went to the hospital just to double check, and they said, yeah, your ribs are fine, your lungs are fine. It's just a muscle.
Holy fuck. Is it gonna regrow? What are you gonna do? What do you need to do?
Yeah, she told me, the doctor she told me to give it like 2 to 4 weeks to heal. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh man, are you gonna be able to stop hugging men for this long?
Just depends how lonely I feel.
Okay. Well, I can always give you a virtual hug, although I'm not a man, so I don't know.
That's so funny how you put it. Love it.
What's up, Libert? Libert. Overrated, you want to continue conversation?
Which conversation I forgot.
Oh yeah, we started the conversation. I don't remember now, but about an hour ago you were here. We were talking about some stuff. I was hoping you remember, because I've talked to like 5 people since.
Wait, let me remember. I think I had a question and I left because they were talking too much. So.
Yeah, I apologize about that. That's just like the nature of those channels. What was the question? Do you remember maybe?
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember it. I was gonna ask you if you think like you guys as a vegan people, do you think like you have better morals than the average guy, like the guy who is not vegan?
Well, it would be weird to compare to like average people, whatever that means. That's highly variable from country to country and stuff like that. I can say I'm more moral than the person I was before I went vegan. I'm definitely
No.
like, yeah.
But what about like? Do you think like you are more moral, better moral than someone who is not vegan in general?
Yeah,
Well,
I
it's
think
difficult.
so. I think so. I don't pay for exploitation and slaughter of animals, and some animals still die for my consumption for sure. But it's the least amount, and us as vegans, we are working on solving that as well. So yeah, I think so.
I think we are more conscious than others, I would say.
Okay, because I asked this question to another vegan before, not in this server, I think. I don't know, maybe in the server, I don't remember. But he didn't really give me an answer. He was like, I can't say I'm better. And
Well-
I kind of agree with him. Like,
I don't know.
But-
I don't know why they would say that. Like empirically, right? You don't pay for exploitation and slaughter of animals, and you pay for very little incidental death of animals, the least amount that you can. So I don't know how one can say, like, unless somebody can make the claim that animals have no moral worth, zero moral worth, then they can claim that. But then why would they be vegan, ethically vegan?
I think they are not an immoral person. I think they are unconscious. They don't know about this.
Well, then they're not vegan. They are maybe plant-based or something. They eat a plant-based diet for whatever reason. But like, if you actually consider the animals as like beings whom you should consider morally, then you're ethically vegan. And then I don't know how you would say that you are not like more morally consistent, morally better than the general population. It's just a matter of
Also,
numbers.
I also like the problem is
Suppose-
that it's also that
suppose,
like
if-
morally.
Yeah, okay. Carry on, bro.
Sorry. So
Go
I just wanted to mention, like, I don't necessarily think that vegans are morally better. I think when it comes to animal rights in particular, yes, vegans are most likely better than most people. But you can definitely find vegan people who are also racist and such, and they are not
Yeah, that's why I
necessarily
said
better,
that.
right?
That's why I said they are not more moral. I said that they are a little bit more conscious.
No, but like most vegans are not racist, so
Yeah, most
like
vegans
it
are
just
not,
kind of follows that when you are not speciesist, you are also not racist. It would be weird if you were racist, but were considering animals for some reason. There are singular people who do this. There are like Nazis who claim to be ethically vegan for the animals. It's kind of weird. I don't know how they would explain it, but like the general vegan is. Yeah, I would take the strong claim. I don't mind taking the strong claim that yes, we are more moral.
But in general society, most of the people who purchase meat, they never see how the butcher slaughter the animal. They never seen that.
Yeah. They don't even seek that information out. They kind of know, right? So everybody knows, except for very small children, that animals are slaughtered for the animal products, specifically for meat, right? Other people might not know that animals are slaughtered for dairy and eggs and all that stuff as well. But like, they don't seek the knowledge of how it actually happens or seek to actually find out if animals are morally worthy, right? So most people would say this sentence that drives me insane, that animals are food, right? So they objectify animals, so they don't consider them morally at all. I think.
So what's about underdeveloped countries like Africa, like Nigeria, where providing eggs is more convenient than providing food like plant-based foods?
It's still morally worse than eating.
So what can they do?
Yeah. So am I sharing my screen? Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. So actually, they should stop exploiting animals. And it's happening. So this is a video. This is like a news video from Ethiopian farmers, right? So like PBC made about Ethiopian farmers who they're not doing it for ethical reasons, right? They just can't feed and give water to animals, livestock anymore. So they're moving on to a plant-based farming because it's like it's actually doable in Africa, right? Whereas livestock is like
they're doing moon farming.
Sorry?
Yeah, I've seen this documentary. They are trying to do moon farming where the water is less needed.
Yeah. So it would be incredibly beneficial to humans as well. But we here are talking about animals. Eggs are incredibly exploitative. They cause incredible torture and slaughter of animals. People should stop thinking that animals are objects and start considering them morally. And once they do, they will find a way. I found a way. Everybody in here found a way.
I think that the most of vegan people are more sensitive toward animals than mans or humans.
Sorry, what's the question?
Actually, I was said that. Do you think that most of the vegan person are more sensitive toward animals than human beings? Because we have seen a lot of like adverse poverty.
No, I don't. Almost never see it. Once in a while, I meet a vegan who would say that they care about animals more than they care about humans. It's something. It's like a psychological process that is called coined dystopia. So they keep seeing humans being incredibly cruel towards animals and just don't care about it. So they turn towards the animals who are more innocent, who are less likely to hurt anybody anyways, right? The farmed animals specifically, they're just like the most docile, cute creatures on earth. That's why they were chosen to be farmed, because they're incredibly docile and sweet. And they say, well, those animals are innocent, humans are not, so they care a little less about humans. But what you are describing is like, well, there is an atrocity happening somewhere. So vegans, you think, are not talking about the atrocities. They continue talking about animals. Therefore, they care about humans more. Well, that's not how it works. I can care about the atrocities that humans go through somewhere else, but I can care about, like, I can advocate for the suffering of animals because it's larger on a scale, and because everybody that we know, everybody who eats animal products, who exploits animals for products, they literally pay for it. So they are directly responsible for it. Whereas in a far, far land where the people are like slaughtered or like have some kind of atrocity, most people are not paying for that to happen. So we concentrate on the thing that we think is more moral imperative, not because we care more about animals than humans, but because it's like something that like is actually like a bigger moral imperative. I don't know how else to say it. Maybe Cheap can elaborate while I deadlift.
I mean, I think you nailed it there. I don't. But Akhil, are you vegan?
Yeah, I'm vegan, but sometimes I eat meat. Sometimes you can say twice a year.
So what does being vegan mean to you? If you say you're vegan, but sometimes you eat meat.
Yeah, I try to reduce my consumption of meat. That is actually I'm not completely vegan, but I try to be vegan.
But what does it mean to be vegan to you? If you say you're vegan, what does that mean to you?
I mean, reduce the suffering as much as I can.
Reduce the suffering as much as you can. Okay, so are you doing that when you're consuming meat once a year?
No, I admit that I didn't.
So then you're not vegan.
Yeah, that's why I said sometimes I'm not vegan, but most of the time I'm vegan.
Well, you can't be most of the time vegan, can you? Right? Because, by the way, veganism is not about reducing suffering. It's not. Veganism is a moral principle of respecting animals. Do you think that if you consume meat once a year, you're respecting animals?
I admit that, bro. I admit that I didn't respect.
Okay, but do you think you should be respecting animals?
Yeah, of course. I think that should be respect.
So since you do it so rare, and I don't just mean, by the way, do you consume any other animal products?
And no, bro. Actually, sometimes I eat like egg and meat. Sometimes I told you maybe twice or 3 times or 4 times a year.
It's becoming increasingly difficult to trust everything you're saying because
Yeah.
you started off by saying you're vegan, then you said you eat meat once a year, and now you're saying you eat eggs every once in a while. So I'm like,
Yeah,
do
I
you?
eat eggs.
Yes, you eat eggs.
Yeah, I said that I'm trying to reduce as much I can, but eventually I will reduce until 0.
So what's holding you back from reducing until 0 right now?
I think my circumstances, bro. I'm surrounded by people who eat, and sometimes I fall into with them.
So if you were in a situation where everybody around you would be eating dogs, would you do the same?
Yeah, of course. Why not? Because sometimes I don't want to cook, and somebody like cooking that food, I would eat.
Oops. Sorry, guys.
Would be eating humans. Would you do the same?
Yeah, because everything, actually, our thought is like depend on nature and geography, so that I would be maybe like them.
So let me get this straight. You only do what everybody else does. You have no autonomy of your own.
I have some autonomy, but I have not complete autonomy my like own self.
Is anybody forcing you to consume any of these products?
No, what you can say I can forced by my environment or circumstances, as I said.
So nobody's forcing you. You have autonomy. And yet you make the choice. So you make the choices to participate in this horrible thing that everybody else is doing, correct?
Yeah, correct. Because sometimes I thought that plant plant and tree and like mycelium also are living things. That's why.
Do you think that the reason why vegans refuse to consume animal products or that they reject the commodity status of animals is because we think animals are living creatures?
Living.
I think you vegan guys are like more sensitive.
No, you keep saying this. More sensitive, more sensitive. Why do you
I'm
need
not.
us to be sensitive to realize that animals are sentient and deserve our moral consideration? Like you can reach that conclusion incredibly logically.
Yeah, that's how I got there. It's not about being sensitive. It's about being logical and consistent.
Yeah. I didn't even like animals when I went vegan. Like,
Same.
we are like.
I don't
pigs
know,
or something.
want to defend this topic, but I said what is true. You can see in general in the society.
What do you mean what is true? Can you please provide evidence for your claim? It's an empirical claim. You made the claim that vegans are more sensitive towards animals. Here, two vegans are telling you bullshit, but maybe we're wrong. Maybe you can provide evidence.
Do you think that?
Sorry?
Do you think that domestication of any animal is not a horrible crime? You enslave them and you like dog and cat.
It is, yeah.
They shouldn't be free.
They should be free, yeah.
Free doesn't mean, by the way, being in nature necessarily. If you care about an animal and consider them your family and you take care of them and they just lie on your rug and get 3 meals a day, I would consider that freedom.
But how you decide that?
You
It is
think
your
of the
philosophy.
best. You think of the best interest of an animal. What would be better interest of a dog, a Chihuahua, for instance, to be in nature, like looking for food, and maybe starving to death, and if they get hurt, like basically dying from treatable diseases, or to be on your rug and be under like supervision of a doctor and get 3 meals a day?
I think it's up to nature how it decide to live. I mean, how it decide to an animal.
Yeah. So here is how you decide. You think of an animal, and then you think of what their best interest is, and not of what you want to get from them. And when you think of every creature's best interest, you reach the best conclusions for them. For instance, babies. Babies can't tell you what they want to do or what they need to do.
But animals are not baby.
That doesn't matter. Both can't communicate with you, both are sentient, and both require our care. How do you give them care? You think of their best interest and make decisions based on that.
I think their parent take care better than us. Like when the dog had their puppies, the dog cares their puppies more than us. They love them more than Indian. I mean, more than humans.
And
their mother cares about.
Sorry, can you make an argument? You said that really, to me, it seems unrelated to what I said, and the way
I want to say
know,
that.
Yeah, the
let
way.
Let me clarify.
Yeah.
Let me clarify. When you when you domesticate an animal, you separate that animal from their family, like their mother or their father.
Oh yeah, horrific. We shouldn't do that. If you gonna get a companion animal, you should save them from being slaughtered or something. You should find an animal that actually needs you, and not take away animals from like their mothers and fathers, of course. That's what is done to animals who are bought. And that's just slavery. You buy an animal and you take them away from their mother. That's unethical. But if you go to a shelter where animals are like abandoned and in dire need of a family, and you take an animal and you think of their best interest, which would be to be with you and not to be in a shelter awaiting to die, then you're doing the right thing. Then you're thinking of the best
I
interest
think
of an
even
animal.
animal even don't need shelter. They need just nature. They need jungle.
This is completely unrelated to what I said. It's as if you're not listening. You heard like a word or two, and then you just like react to that.
Okay, go ahead.
No, what do you mean go ahead? I already said what I said. Can you repeat what I said?
You said that if animals are abandoned and in a shelter, you should take care of them. But I would say that how they come into shelter.
Yeah,
have to,
but because
like,
horrible people abandon them, or people, not horrible people, die and can't take care of those animals anymore. So they find themselves in a shelter. The way a baby, if they were abandoned, they would find themselves in some kind of a government, I don't know, like agency or whatever, right? Abandoned, waiting for a family to come and pick them up, which would be in the best interest. What's your objection to what I said?
You didn't notice the root point, the root cause. The root cause is be domesticated animal.
Yeah,
We
the
shouldn't
root cause
domesticate
is
them.
that we view animals as someone to entertain us, someone to own, someone to have as a pet. Pet is basically implies ownership. And people like that, when it gets a little hard, they just abandon those animals. And those animals end up in a shelter. All of that is immoral and stupid, and we should stop doing it as humans. And we should, unfortunately, take away the ability of animals to reproduce at this point, because we have all of these abandoned animals and not enough people like actually taking them to take care of them, because people still think that animals are like objects, and they go and buy animals from breeders. That's what creates the problem, and vegans are against that. So we have no contention there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So we agree.
You have to attack on root points, not the branches.
Well, you can attack both. As like a singular person, I can't take care of anybody, and I'm allergic to dogs. But if I was like, okay, I'm ready to have a companion animal, to think of their best interest and to take care of them, I would go to a shelter as a vegan. I, as a vegan, cannot at this point stop people from breeding animals so that other dumbasses could buy animals as if they were jewelry or something, and then not able to take care of them because they don't know how to consider a best interest of an animal. I can't stop them. I can just tell them what you're doing is wrong. And that's what I'm doing here. It's part of the vegan message. We don't talk a lot about it because most people, what they have hang-ups on is actually considering animals as animals and not objects, and like diet, whatever. A lot of people have a problem with diet. So that's the things we talk about a lot. But of course we're against people breeding animals. We're against the breeding and exploitation of animals. That's part of being vegan. There is no contention there. So your gotcha didn't work.
Yeah, I got you.
Now, why are you not vegan?
Actually, I know everything, but still I'm like not a vegan. I know very well. Like I have read biology.
Sorry, excuse me?
I have read biology. We can like substitute our food, but we still don't substitute it.
I don't understand what you're saying. Can you please make it into a simple argument?
I was saying that I know very well vegan substitute like our meat-based food, animal-based like product. We substitute with plant-based.
Sure.
I know
what's
very
the
well,
problem?
but still I'm not like I know very well, but still I'm not following that.
Why? Do you think animals are objects for your entertainment, that you are not willing to substitute the products that you get from animals with the products that you can get for, that are plant-based?
I think every animal intrinsically like selfish.
Are you selfish?
Why not?
Why do you think it's a good thing to be selfish as a human being in the 21st century, mind you?
Because it helps you to survive into the like nature of this capitalistic world.
Excuse me, did you hear my question? What did I just ask you?
You asked me that why I am selfish as a like modern human being in 21st century.
No, I asked you, do you think it's a good thing to be selfish as a human being who has the capacity to reason and think about things deeply, incredibly deeply? Do you think it's a good thing to be selfish?
Hello, guys.
I think
Hello.
we are a
Can you
rational
hear me?
person, but it's still we are thing. I like selfish. You cannot deny it.
Sorry?
What the fuck?
Kutus, give us a
I'm
minute
saying
to
that
finish.
we are a rational person. I like a rational human being, but still we are selfish. I constantly speaking, like you can see in the
Sorry,
like,
the question was, do you think it's a good thing to be selfish?
What the f-
Kutus,
I think
give
it
us a
is
minute
not
to
good
finish.
thing, but it is necessary.
It's
Hello, Agil.
necessary to be
Where are you from?
selfish.
Hello, Agil, bro. Where are you from?
Kutus, give us a minute to finish the conversation, then we can talk to you.
Okay. Sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry for the interruption. Sorry.
Do you think
can
it's a
ask
good
me
thing?
that.
Kutus, please stop. Do you think it's a good thing to be selfish?
What the?
Kutus, please stop.
Okay.
What the fuck? What does
Jesus
the word
Christ.
of
Just mute him. Just mute him. I was saying that it is ethically not like not good thing, but we have to be like little bit selfish.
Sorry, why?
It helps. It actually helps us to survive in
Kakashi, keep
the
quiet.
capitalistic world.
Excuse me?
Who does it help exactly? Like I'm just also confused with everything that you're saying. You said that we have to be selfish in order to survive. At the same time, you probably know we don't need to consume animal products to survive. So how is it that we have to be selfish to survive?
It's totally okay
Actually,
to say that you said something that you didn't reach that conclusion rationally. It's totally okay.
As I said before, like this conversation, I said I admit that it is unethical to like eat animals, but I was saying that most of the people cannot like reduce consumption of meat till zero. Cannot reduce. They
What the
understand.
fuck is the
why is it
evidence
that-
for that?
yeah.
I don't know. Like as I said that it is like our environment.
Oh, I don't know. Sorry, excuse me. Most people can't reduce to eat animals because it's our environment.
Yeah, because we have eaten animal when we unconscious. We were child when we eat. Then it become our like lifestyle.
Yeah, why does that impede on your ability to... Are they gone? Oh no, they're here. Why does that impede on your ability to change?
I said I will. Actually, I'm reducing, but I will reduce till zero. But right now I'm consuming like little bit. You can say.
Why?
Because it's very tasty.
Kutus, shut the fuck up or I'm gonna actually like ban you.
It's very tasty.
Kutus, be quiet. Be quiet.
Yeah.
Be quiet.
No quiet.
Be
No
quiet. This is
Beef,
bannable. This is bannable
beef
offense.
is better than anything.
This is
Hello,
bannable offense.
bro.
Please be quiet.
Beef is
Not a-
better than
we can
anything in
mute
the
him.
world.
No, I'm just gonna ban them. I wanted to have a conversation, but they couldn't shut up for like a minute.
I think he left.
Chip, can you continue for a second? I need to get some coffee.
Yeah, sure. So Akil, I'm like, so you said I'm very confused because you're confusing. You have confusing statements with everything that you're saying. So on one side, you're saying that We don't need to do it. We consume it because we want to. On the other side, you're saying that you need to be selfish. That, and now what you're saying is that you want to stop, but you're still doing it. Can I ask, do you think that what you're doing is right or is it wrong when you consume an animal product?
Morally speaking, it is wrong.
Okay, and are you aware that you are making these choices and you don't have to make these choices?
Yeah, I'm very aware. I know I can choose like vegetable, but I choose meat.
Okay, so you acknowledge that you're in a position where you can choose to not oppress animals, and yet you choose to oppress them. How do you morally justify, like, how do you sleep at night? And this isn't like a gotcha or anything. I'm just curious, like, how do you think of yourself as a good person or that you're doing something okay, knowing that animals are exploited and killed for such trivial things, like something that you could just as easily change?
Maybe I'm a little bit biased, and maybe I don't care about animals. Maybe in subconscious mind.
Sure, but you do understand their perspective, don't you? You do understand that it's
understandable.
yeah. So I'm just like, regardless if I care about people or animals, I would feel bad if I'm doing something to somebody, not because I care about them. There's several people who, if I harmed them, I would feel bad about it, but I would feel bad because I would know how bad that would feel like, right? It's not whether I care about them or not.
Yeah, I understand, but you can say it is like a very strong habit that I have, and I will reduce. And now I'm reducing, but you can say.
So how many more animals? How many more individual animals would have to have their throat cut for you?
Maybe for 1 year, you can say. Next year I will be maybe like vegan, pure vegan.
Sorry, how many?
Maybe in 26 I will be a completely vegan person.
So wait, not only did you not answer my question, but you said that maybe in 1 year, individuals will no longer be killed for you?
Yeah, because I'm studying this topic. Now I'm working on this topic.
Okay, but
I know
you say that, but then you make this statement of 1 year. It feels to me like you just want to feel good about it. So you're saying the right thing to feel good about it, but then you turn around and you do the wrong thing, but you justify it by saying the right thing.
Yeah, it is actually not just my problem. It is many other people feel like that. They know very well it is unjustified, but they still cannot consume.
But what you're doing now is you're yet again dodging your responsibility by saying that other people do it. It's like it's a form of it's a form of trying to make yourself not feel bad.
Yeah, actually, you can say I try to divert my mind that it is unethical thing, and I try to justify it. Yeah, I know it. I'm doing it consciously that I try to justify it, like with nutrition, with like anything. But I found that we can like substitute meat with vegetable, but then I try to find another justification.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know. Like, if you think you're the type of person who accepts, like, you seem to know this about yourself and you just accept it. I mean, I don't know. Like, if I knew that something I'm doing is bad, I'll just change. Especially knowing that I can. And if I would have difficulty changing, I would definitely not put like, oh, I'll change in 1 year, because that's just like a lazy thing, isn't it? It's like saying, I don't want to tackle it now. It's like, oh, I'll just dodge the responsibility later. I'm not a bad person now, but let me think. Do you think that the animals that go into a slaughterhouse for you right about now, like the next choice that you will be making, some animals will go into a slaughterhouse for you. Do you think that to them, are you a good person to them? Do you think if they could speak, they'll say, yeah, this guy's a nice guy?
They're not. They see me as an evil person.
Yeah,
But actually, I'm working on this topic. Actually, I read about abiogenesis and how animal evolves, and I know that we cannot reduce suffering till zero. It is impossible, but we can reduce as much as possible. That's why I'm reducing.
Sorry, Akhil, didn't we have this conversation like a couple of hours ago? And I told you that veganism is not about reducing suffering. It's about the abolition of industries who breed, exploit, and slaughter animals for unnecessary stuff. So can you please update your understanding of what veganism is? Right?
Okay.
Because you
But
can
for
keep
me,
claiming that it's about reducing suffering, but that doesn't make it true. You just like have to like improve your epistemology. So when new evidence arises that you were wrong, you should change your mind. Yes?
Yeah, but it's like you can say my mind is very defensive. I try to protect my belief, and I try to justify it. I know very well it is not good for me, but still I did.
Why?
I don't know. I think I'm learning about this, and when I have complete knowledge on this topic, I will conclude my decision.
Okay. So when you learn that animals deserve moral consideration, that's when you're gonna stop being, according to you, a piece of shit, right?
Yeah, you can say.
That's basically what you were saying, right? So right now, I know I'm doing something wrong, but I keep doing it. Is it just you admitting to yourself, I'm a piece of shit?
Yeah, you can say as your choice, but
No. I'm asking you. That's what you are saying to me. That's what I'm hearing. I know I'm doing something stupid, something immoral, something bad and stupid, but I keep doing it anyway. So it's just you like...
Yeah, I know actually. Actually, like a drug addict use drugs, like use cocaine, and they know it is bad thing, but they
you know
still
what
do.
the difference is? The drug addict just hurts himself, maybe a little bit like their extended family because they are like a burden or something, but they're not hurting the billions of animals who are slaughtered for you for unnecessary stuff. So it's not analogous, right? If you were only hurting yourself, Jesus, Assad, can you please wait? We're in the middle of a conversation here. If you were only hurting yourself, we wouldn't be here. But you are hurting others. So that makes you a piece of shit.
I'm not hurting them. I just buy it.
Yeah.
Like
You give
like
the
chicken
money to the people who then go and slaughter animals for you to buy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So you like paying an assassin to go and kill somebody for you. So the responsibility does fall on you. Yes?
I think you guys very oversensitive.
You can't update your understanding at all. You like keep saying the same shit, even though we disproved it already. So why are you doing
Yeah,
that?
I know.
Do
I
you
admitted
value?
that.
Hold on. Do you value your own beliefs more than the evidence against your beliefs? And if yes, why?
Actually, I understand. I'm trying to understand that what is the difference between animals, like plants and sentient beings.
Sure, it's the sentience is the difference. Plants are not sentient and animals are for the most part.
Yeah, I'm actually working on this topic. Then I will conclude my result.
Yeah, so do you know what sentience is?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
like
what is
feel pain
sentience?
and who have like conscience,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they consider to be sentient being.
yeah.
Sorry,
That's
I
the
missed my
reason why somebody is morally valuable, because they have this conscious experience of the world
sorry,
and of
sorry.
themselves.
I mean,
Asad, please let us finish, please.
I have a really serious question over here.
Oh, I'm sure.
Let's consider an animal, and if we kill its consciousness, let's say that we numb its brain, so can we kill them after that?
Well, you took
After-
away the consciousness of somebody, whether you numbed
Yeah.
their brain or not. So no, you're taking away the experience of somebody. Like let's put another sentient being in the stead of an animal, right? Let's put a human baby who's also sentient
Why
in the
are
stead.
why are we
Is it
putting a
okay?
human baby
Asad,
in it?
listen. I'm saying,
Let's consider a scenario.
Yeah.
You have only two options. You have to kill a dog or a baby. What
Mm-hmm.
will you kill?
I would probably kill a dog.
That's the fucking statement.
Yeah,
That's the
but
fucking
that's,
statement by you.
yeah,
Because human
so-
lives matter.
Asad.
So why are you putting
Yeah,
a baby and
listen,
comparing it with,
listen,
and
don't
comparing
just
it with
talk.
an animal?
Asad, don't just talk. Then
You are
allow
just
me to
being
respond to
extremely
you.
oversensitive.
Allow me to respond to you. Yes? You
Carry on.
asked the question, allow me to. You asked me a question and answer it. Now, please allow me to give you a justification. So I think I would pay. Listen. Yes? So I think I would pay a social price if I killed a baby over a dog. And I think as a human being myself, I kind of value babies more. But if I had a third option of killing neither, I would take that. Yes, Asad?
I'm not saying you about this. I was considering that you are saying that if there is consciousness, if any organism has consciousness, then killing it is wrong. It's morally wrong. It's your premise. I think it's what you wanted to it's what you wanted to say, isn't it? We eat plants because they don't have consciousness.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to say?
Sure.
Then just simply take out the consciousness from the animals. Then
Yeah,
why
but
can't
then
we-
you took away the consciousness. Whether you put
so
the
why taking away
Asad.
consciousness is wrong?
Seriously, listen. I'm trying to explain to you, right? So both cows and the babies are sentient. So if you...
Okay.
Asad, please listen. Don't interject.
I'm listening.
Okay. So if you think taking away the consciousness of a cow and then killing them is good, is better, then
Obviously, it's
if-
good because they won't feel
Jesus Christ.
they won't feel bad or they even be hurt.
Asad, please, you're not very good at conversations. Please let me finish. So if you put a baby
one by one.
instead of the cow and take away their consciousness and kill them,
Okay.
would that be good?
It would be totally wrong because it's a baby. It's a
Yeah.
human.
Yeah, it's
not
a
an animal.
sentient being
No,
that has a
don't say
conscious...
it's sentient. It's unhuman.
Excuse me?
What's the difference between a dog and a human?
Well, there are many differences, but none of them... Asad, please. You are incredibly hard to talk to because you're not listening. So there are many differences between a dog and a human, but none of them justify slaughter of an animal if we don't have to.
Okay.
Why are you so motivated to convince others not to eat animal?
Because there are
what is your
victims.
motivation?
Yeah, because there are victims to the actions of people who eat animal products.
They're also victims. So the
No,
plants
no.
are also victims.
What is your motivation?
My
It's
motivation.
morality?
My motivation is to globally stop the victimizing of sentient animals for unnecessary stuff. I think it's insane that
Like-
people eat animal products or exploit animals in other ways. And I'm trying just to stop the global insanity.
We say eating animal is necessary for humans.
It's
So
not.
it is out of necessity, not it's like
Sorry,
a
what is-
victimizing someone else.
Yeah, what is necessary in animal products that we can't get from other sources like plants and supplements?
We eat animals, so it is our it is the
No,
part
no,
of
no.
Excuse
our
me.
diet.
What
It is the
no,
part
no,
of our
no,
diet.
no.
You cannot like.
Don't run away, Prism. What do we need from animal products that we can't
It's
get
simple.
from plants and
it's pro-
supplements?
Yeah, animals have different like
What
importance,
do
and
we
plants have
need
different
from
importance.
sorry, you made the claim that it's necessary for humans to eat animal products. What is it in animal products that we can't get from plants or supplements that make it necessary for us to eat animal products?
So why are you like saying
Answer the
that we
question.
need?
Answer the
This
question.
is
Prolong this answer. It's just simple.
Answer
this
the
is a
question.
follow-up question.
etc.
This is
Answer
a
the
follow-up
question.
question.
Speak one by one.
It is to understand. Like I'm saying that.
Answer
What is
the
your motivation?
question.
Hey, postmortem,
It is the
it's
answer.
simple. It's proteins and carbohydrates. Why are you
Okay.
prolonging this?
Yes, yes.
Carry
Sorry,
on.
you think you're
Let's
getting
say.
carbohydrates from animal
totally agree with
products?
you. Listen, before you answer it, I totally agree with you that eating animals isn't essential for human beings. We can get our
Exactly.
protein and the other stuff from plants. But the question over here is that why do we have to eat plants? They are also alive. And if
Yeah,
if
but
the
they're
same
not
thing, you
sentient.
say they are not
Asad,
sentient.
they're not
No,
sentient.
I know you are saying that
Asad,
they aren't.
they're not sentient.
Yes, I am saying that they are not sentiment. But
Exactly. So there is
this over
nobody
here-
there to have their experience. Asad, please, I beg you, please listen.
If you take out the consciousness from animals, why then
Wait,
why
how?
then killing them is wrong?
How? Assad, how do you take out the consciousness?
It's simple, bro. Give them some medicines. Give them anything that takes out the consciousness.
Yeah, you
And
kill
if
them.
there
And
isn't
wait.
anything, why would they be hurt?
Assad, and if somebody did that to you or to a human baby, take out
Why
the
are you
consciousness
comparing
and
it
then
to
kill
humans,
them.
bro? Are animals and
If
humans
somebody, Assad,
no,
before
that's
we
not
go
true.
down before we go down why I'm comparing, can you please just answer the question? If somebody did that to a human being, would it be
No,
fair?
that's
You are
totally
comparing
wrong.
Answer the
animals with
question.
humans.
Wrong thing. No,
So
humans
You are
and
saying
animals
both are
not
same,
equal.
so it's not true. Like
Assad,
you are saying
answer the
dog
question.
and baby.
Prisons,
I won't
Same.
answer the
quiet.
question because
Assad,
it's
answer the question. Would it be okay or not?
It's an absurd and ridiculous question. How can we
Would
say
it
that
be
is both
okay or
ways.
not? Would it be okay or not?
It would be totally wrong.
Okay, so why is it okay to take the consciousness of an animal when it's not okay to take the consciousness of a baby?
But the question over here is that you are making your premise and you're all
Why?
based on-
Tell me, give me the difference that makes it okay to take away.
That's
Give
not
me
gonna work.
the difference that makes it.
Because we gave a human importance to animals.
So
on
arbitrary
animals.
shit.
So
Don't eat babies.
no, it
So
is
just-
you who are saying
So
we
give
need to abandon
importance
animals.
to humans as well. So just do that. Just tell to give the importance to animals as well. Just say,
Okay,
yeah,
let's
animals
carry on.
are
Let's-
morally important, and therefore it's not okay to slaughter them.
Okay. Let's carry out this conversation and let's say
Assad.
don't eat plants because they are
Assad.
also alive. Why are you eating
Give
plants?
us the difference between an animal and a
Why are you
baby
eating
that
plants?
makes it okay to take away the consciousness of an animal,
No,
but
no.
not okay to take away
First
the
answer my
consciousness of a
question.
human.
First answer my question. Why are
Difference
we
is-
No,
stop eating
my
plants? Because
question
they are
was
also
first.
alive.
Please answer my question.
But
Yeah, it is
Please
because
answer
humans
my
are more
question.
important and valuable to us
ask your
than
question.
animals. So it is simple.
Can you?
Wait. So you say that it's because humans are more important to us and animals are less important to us. That's what you say,
Yes,
Prism 7. Assad, do you also agree with that statement?
yes, I totally agree with it.
Awesome.
Okay. So let me put it this way then, because this baby or this human being that I asked the question about, it's not that they're not important to me. I fucking hate that. I fucking hate that human being or that individual. I dislike them so much. They're so annoying. So not that I don't care about them. I literally dislike them. I would rather they didn't exist. Does that mean that if I give them sedatives, as you said, pills, so I take away their consciousness, that it is fair for me to slaughter them?
Babe, you are putting the
It
question
is
in the wrong
more than
way.
on a whole species level, not on individual level. So we gave more importance and a value to humans, and we deal with them on equal levels. But we do not deal with them with animals on equal levels. So why are you forcing
Wait.
abandon meat?
I
What
can
is your
equalize also for
motivation?
that. I can equalize also for that. So wait, before we move on, wait, I'll answer all your questions, but before we go there, okay. So I don't give. Let's put it this way. Hypothetically, if I didn't care about humans, I just don't care about humans. Let's say I really don't like the human race. I don't give importance to the human race, as you say. Does that mean that if I give sedatives to these individuals and then I kill them, I would be acting fairly?
So
No.
let's answer you this.
We are
question
saying
here.
we are talking about one species to another, not on individual level.
Hello.
So I am saying that why are you forcing to abandon meat, and what is your motivation to like abandon meat?
Yeah, Prism.
And
So
wait,
here's
you
the
did,
thing.
You did not answer my question, by the way. So you
I'll
say, you
answer
keep
it.
saying you're
I'll
talking
answer it.
about species to species. I'm talking
Mr.
about my choices, right? I don't justify my choices based on what other members of my
Let me
species are
speak.
doing. I justify my choices
So-
based on what I'm doing. So my choice, because I disrespect humans, I disrespect that individual. Does that mean I'm allowed to do whatever I
Mr.
want to that individual?
Let me answer.
So,
Let me answer.
it is the 1 minute. It is the same side of both side of same coin. Like you are saying that I can decide my morality on basis of my desire. So other human can also do the same. Like he can like then decide whatever he want. Like you cannot question him. On what base you can question him then?
Your action caused like death of another animal.
I'm just like,
Hello.
I'm asking you a question because based on your logic, I am well within your logic. So based on your logic, if I dislike the human race, if I dislike that individual, then I would be acting fairly in me sedating a human being and killing them.
Let's answer your question.
Yeah, when you refuse answering his questions, why? Why should we answer your
I'm
question
answering,
when
I'm
you
answering.
refuse?
I'm answering.
Go on.
See, the case that you are making over here is the case of morality. Why do we do the things that are right and why don't we do the things that are wrong? It totally depends upon the concept of morality. Killing a baby is morally wrong because it's a human being, and it's the intuition within us that tells us that this thing is wrong. But not killing an animal that is, I won't say it's necessary for humans to survive on animals, but I also say that it's not necessary for animals to survive only on plants.
Okay, well,
you getting my
I
point?
can also,
Both
wait.
are living things.
I want to test before we go, because you said two things. Before we go down to the second thing, I want to continue testing this aspect. So you said it's wrong because they're born human being. Well, let me tell you, this person is half human being. The other half is born out of,
Brother,
Homo
wait.
erectus is born out of a different species of hominoids. They're not human. They're just a different species of hominoids.
It isn't a practical question.
It doesn't matter. It's a hypothetical. Hypothetically, if this person existed, would it be fair for me to exploit and slaughter them?
No, based on our morality, it would be not correct.
So that's
okay, so I'm trying to understand.
It would be given.
I'm trying to understand your morality. Why would it be wrong? Why would it be wrong to kill this person?
Okay, brother, let's make things simple. Why do you eat a plant?
No. Let's finish with this and then I'll go down that. So why is it wrong to kill this individual knowing that they're not
morality.
human?
Morality isn't dependent upon consciousness or logicness.
No.
Morality is independent of logic. Jesus Christ.
You said, you said that according to your own moral values. So listen, you said according to your own moral values, if this individual is not human, then you can kill them. So this individual is not human. They're born out of two hominoids, but they're not human. So I'm asking you, if they're not human, would it be okay or fair for me to kill them according to your own values?
Let me answer. You said that the creature was half human and half animal. Was that the question? I won't kill him because it's half human.
Okay, what if they're not half human at all? They're coming from a hominoid. They look like a human, they behave like a human, but they are not human.
Do they have the consciousness of human beings? Do they think like humans? Do they have sentiments like human? Do they have emotions like human?
Let's say they do, yeah.
If it has emotions and feelings like humans, I won't kill them.
So wait. Then do you think that animals don't
Animals
have
doesn't
emotions
have
like humans?
consciousness, bro. No. Don't say it
We
like
say
that. They can't think about themselves.
Jesus
They can't.
Christ.
If they were able to think just like humans,
we
if they had
yes,
sentiments just like humans, they would be quite far better than us.
So
they
there are
are
some
less
humans.
conscious.
So hold on. So there are
You
some
can say
Prism.
you can
Hold on.
say they are less conscious.
Yeah, Prism Acid. So there are some humans that don't have this amazing human consciousness that you are talking about. They can't wipe their ass. They have to be taken care of their entire lives. Is it okay to kill them for burgers?
Are they humans or not?
Well, according to you, what makes a human is a human consciousness, right? According to
I
Acid.
don't say what makes human is just their consciousness. I said it's a part of human being.
Okay.
No. I equalized it and I
Yeah.
said this person is not a human
No,
being.
they
And
have
you ask
chromosomes.
me,
They have
do they
human
have a
chromosomes. They have-
human consciousness? And I said, and as VPM, so well put it,
You are making
like
things
what
really
if they don't have all those features? Would it be okay for us to kill them?
Start listening, not only talking. Start listening as well, please.
I'm listening really carefully. and
Well,
your
then why
questions
are you
really
talking
accurate.
about Chip is still talking?
Asad, do not interrupt while conversation, bro. Listen, then speak.
Okay.
So I'll ask you again. So we're trying to understand your values, okay? So according to your values, we went from it's wrong to do it to them because they're humans, and we tried, we variated, and we realized that even if they're not human, if they have human consciousness, then it's okay. And what VPM is doing is going even further. Well, what if they only have partial human consciousness, let's say, right? I'm just going to call it partial. It's not necessarily a good term, but let's say they do not have autonomy. They cannot decide for themselves because they're maybe cognitively impaired or something like that, but they do still have emotions. They still have a subjective experience of the world. Would that mean that would I be fair if I wanted to kill and if I wanted to exploit and slaughter them?
If they are not your not in your diet, and you are killing them for your amusement, then it's wrong in our morality. So
No. I would be killing them for food. I would be killing them for food. So I would be essentially killing them to eat them. I could eat something else, of course. I could always eat something else, but I'm choosing to kill and eat them. Would that be fair?
Okay. If your diet and they are a part of your diet, then you can kill them. But
they are part of my diet because I choose to be part of my diet. Just like I can choose for humans to be part of my diet. It's not the fact that you calling it's part of my diet means nothing. If I choose to kill and eat somebody, then that somebody is part of my diet. That's it. That's a simple logical statement.
You can artificially manage your diet, not you can essentially create your own diet. You have to choose between options, and it depends on your biology, not depends on your you cannot eat other things which is not suitable to you.
So if I can kill and eat somebody and digest them, then they can essentially be part of my diet. And regardless if I can digest them even fully, maybe I can only digest 1% of them. If I choose to eat them and digest that 1% of them, then they are part of my diet. So now I'll ask you again, if I choose to do that to an individual who is not human, looks exactly like a human being, behaves like a human being, but is also cognitively impaired, so therefore cannot make choices on their own. They do still have emotions, they do still have a subjective experience of the world. So if I choose to do that to one individual like that, would I be acting fairly towards that individual when I choose that, when I make that choice?
It would be pretty fair.
If you are using them as a food, then it's good.
Yeah.
Like monkey is very near to in shape or in for us. But if they are part of your diet, then it would be morally correct. And
Sorry, did you just say that it's okay to eat mentally challenged humans?
Wow.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
He is from human species, so you cannot say that. So I am saying
literally just
now
said
my
that.
question is that
Do you not
where
understand
are you
that's what you just said? Do you not understand that?
where are you taking from your morality to say that we should abandon the animals? Where are you taking your morality from?
Before we go
Like
down, I'm still not done with this because I still
you,
don't
you
understand
seem very
completely what you're
motivated.
saying. No, I still don't understand completely what you're saying, right? Because logically, we went step by step from a human being
Chada
and
chada.
got to a hominoid that behaves like a human being but is intellectually challenged. And you said that's okay to exploit and kill them
Bro,
as long as you eat them. So now I'm going to go back. Okay, well, what if this individual is not intellectually challenged? They are still a hominoid, but they're not intellectually challenged. Would it be okay to exploit and slaughter them for food, for optional food, just like it was in the other situation?
it would be totally okay.
It would be totally
If
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
if they can interact
Okay.
with us, and we can
So
we can like lay down the values, then it would not be
You
okay.
don't
And
understand morality, bro.
So wait.
It's
So
not
if
really
you can interact with them, in what way? So if you can communicate with them, or what exactly do you need to communicate with them? If you tell them move over there and they move over there, is that a good enough communication skill, or do you need to be able to communicate complex moral topics to them? What exactly is that?
later on.
it would be both ways. If they can understand and they can integrate in our social fabric, and like they can build connection with us, then it would be considered another advanced civilization or like species which is equal to human being, and they are not part of our diet. And
Wait, no, but
animals
they wouldn't
is
be.
not.
They wouldn't be in any way. They wouldn't be in any way. Let me rephrase it before we move, because you keep wanting to move to animals. We'll move to animals. Don't worry about it. But I really
So
want to continue on this
no,
because I
no,
really want to
we
understand
are
it. So
basically
you say
talking
that
about
if they're,
animals.
but you say
We are
if they're
basically
hominoid. Well, all
yes, yes.
humans are also animals, by the way, right? So there's no point in even discussing all of this. But like, if they're hominoids, you say that if they're hominoids, they're just as intelligent as human. You can communicate with them, then it's wrong. Okay, but let me ask you this. What if they're hominoids? They're still intelligent like humans. They can still do whatever humans can do, but you can't communicate with them because they don't communicate over sound. They communicate maybe over, I don't know, radio waves or something that we cannot possibly intercept. Would that mean it's okay to exploit and slaughter them?
If we can build some relationship between both species, then it would not be okay.
What
So
kind of
it
a
is your
relationship?
answer.
Like, do you only mean romantic relationship,
So
or do you mean like also like friendship?
no, not romantic one, but I'm saying the relationship between two species. And why are you like building like
No.
you are
You
talking like
don't get to
you are
ask
building
questions
another
yet. You don't get to
another
ask
species?
questions yet, Prism.
No, you like you asked enough questions. Like you should
You
like
answered them terribly,
give
by the
spaces.
way. You left
Okay,
a lot
so
to be imagined.
yeah, so as far as I understood, by the way, according to your own morality, which seems extremely random to me, like it's just extremely random. Only if your species can interbreed with that species, then you give members of that species moral consideration, correct?
No, interbreed. I didn't use that word. I'm saying that the relationship which can build the what we say. My English is like weak. We can build values between them, and like respect for both,
Okay,
and
okay.
like these
Well,
types of questions.
Okay, and now let me tell you this. Like, did you know that you can teach dogs about what is good and what is bad? So that means you can effectively teach values to your pet companion.
Yes, you can teach on their conscious level. It's like teaching like on their
can
conscious
train
level.
them,
Like
you cannot teach
they
them.
cannot understand you. They cannot understand you, and you
So
also
wait,
cannot
you
understand
can
them.
wait. That's not true, because that's how communication work. They do understand you. They cannot understand you completely, but so cannot other people, right? Yet you still communicate. So you can communicate a message. You can teach them what is right and wrong. You can communicate with them, and you can have a relationship with them, right? So in that sense, a dog matches everything that you just said. So me choosing to exploit and slaughter a dog for optional food should be wrong according to your own values and your own logic that you just described.
No. see them as animals, and we we do not exploit them for amusement, and we use them as a food. And
No.
my question is that why?
Nope.
So
you
you can't-
lack complete logic. You lack logic even from the start. I completely asked you. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it again, right? I'm
Actually,
completely. I'm a
you
new
are not
person to all
using-
of this, right? I
You are
don't
not
know.
using-
I don't know what is right and wrong, and you need to teach me what is right or wrong according to your own values. And you say, well, if you keep bringing up all these things, and with your things, I keep asking questions because I need to understand what is right or wrong according to your own values. You have to teach me. And at this point in time, what you
Doesn't
have
have
taught
to.
me is I have reached the conclusion that you should be respecting dogs just as much as you should be respecting humans, because according to how you give value to these individuals, you should be giving values also to these individuals. And now you say no, because these individuals are part of a category that somebody at some point in my time said they're deemed as inferior, therefore I do not give them moral consideration. So it's strictly this arbitrary line that somebody taught you once in your life that you shouldn't be respecting, and that makes sense. Does that make sense to you? Because somebody taught you societally to not respect animals, that means you should not respect animals, and you would be acting morally, or you would be doing the right thing in not respecting animals just because society told you to do so?
Actually, you are going against the basic broader level narrative and morality of humans, and you should you should describe why are you against eating meat, and why are you so motivated to
against eating meat.
abundant meat.
I'm not
Okay,
against eating meat. I'm
so-
against the needless exploitation and slaughter of sentient beings. Do you know what that means?
So we are also against.
Do you know what that means?
But
Do you know
we
what
can-
needless exploitation of sentient beings means?
we can hold the position for eating meat. We say that this is not an exploitation, and you should describe why this is exploitation to you.
Sure.
for
Can I
your morality.
interject? Can I interject, Chip, for 1 second? Let me just finish this
Please.
really, really fast.
So ridiculous.
Yeah, no problem. So, Prism, hypothetically, there are two worlds, and you can choose only one. In one world, we exploit and slaughter animals. In the other world, we don't exploit and slaughter animals. But other than that, those worlds are identical. Which world do you think is more moral?
It depends what morality you have.
I'm asking you about your morality. So one world, we exploit and slaughter animals. In the other world, we don't exploit and slaughter animals. Which one is more moral according to your morality?
If our morality is built on the world which has animals,
I'm asking
then
you
it would be
about
correct.
your morality. Please answer the
Yes, yes.
question.
We are saying that our morality built where there is animals, and if the world where there is no animals
Which
we
world
use,
is
then
more moral?
for our morality, I'm saying that our morality is
Which
on this
world
world
is more moral?
hypothesis.
Please answer the question. Is it the one
It
where
de-
we exploit and slaughter animals, or the one where we don't exploit and slaughter animals?
It depends on your morality condition.
I'm asking
Like,
you your morality. Use your fucking morality and answer the question.
I'm saying that I can't use my morality on other world. For this, there is no morality for us right now.
I'm asking
Like,
a hypothetical.
built-
Can you answer the hypothetical? There are two
So-
possible worlds that are identical. In one,
Yeah.
we exploit and slaughter animals. In the other, we don't. There is
Yeah,
a
there
difference
would be-
between those two worlds, right? There is a difference.
Okay, if we have more than world, then there could be more than one morality on both worlds. So for their
Use your
their people.
morality. You have, use your imagination as well. Let's say you have a choice. Which world is more moral according to your morality? Is it the one where we exploit and slaughter animals, or is it the one that we don't?
According to our morality, if you use this morality, then both world is morally correct.
Okay. Well, I think we're done. I'm done.
Yeah,
personally.
I think you lack
and-
logical structure in
No,
your
no,
moral
you
values
lack
of
actually.
choice. And I
you
think you
didn't
should be
explain.
the reason why it's important to have logical structure in your morality is because when you draw arbitrary lines or when you just go by what somebody has taught you, you can reach places that are inherently wrong even to human beings. That's how we
Actually,
reached in the
you
worst. That's how we did the
act-
worst atrocities that we did. as
actually
humans.
you are drawing the arbitrary lines, not us.
No,
Like
no.
you are
Listen,
drawing for
so
your
it's not
emotions.
arbitrary because we explained our position. We explained why we choose world B, where we don't exploit and slaughter animals.
So
It's
you choose lion for
it's
you.
because as animals have moral consideration. Animals are sentient. They have experience. Taking that experience away from them is more immoral than not taking that experience away from them. So when you have the choice between a world where we exploit and kill animals and where we don't exploit and kill animals, even the most brain dead person would say, yes, the world where we don't exploit animals is preferable because they understand that animals have some, even the minuscule moral worth to say that those worlds are not both moral in the same way.
Post, can I make a comment?
Sure.
Prism, have a comment for you, just real quick, because I think we can get this done real quick. You ready, Prism?
Yes.
I beat my dog because the gym costs is a little bit too expensive. Do you think it's wrong for me to beat my dog for convenience?
Oh, no, you can't beat your dog. It's morally
No,
wrong for us.
Wait. I'm asking you, do you think it's wrong for me to beat my dog?
Yes.
But I do it out of convenience.
What do you mean?
I don't have to go to the gym. It's much more easier for me to pick up my dog by its back legs, strap it against the wall, and beat him a few times. It's much more cheaper.
No, it would be morally incorrect for if we consider using our morality.
Wait, I'm asking you. I don't give a fuck about anyone else. I'm just asking you if beating my dog for convenience is okay.
Because there are more ways of morality, like different moralities exist. So for us, it would be wrong.
President, what was the last thing I asked you?
What is it?
What was the last question I asked you?
You said can you beat your dog for convenience?
Oh, there was a little bit more to it, right? Do you remember the exact question, or were you like not listening to me?
Well, I'm listening to you. You can
Yeah.
explain more details if you want.
Yeah. So did you listen to my last question? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. What was my last question?
Your question was it would be morally correct to beat dog for my convenience.
That wasn't my question. My question was, what do you think, right? I want you to keep tracking. Like, there is this thing called listening to other people. When we do that, we actually get to learn a lot from another person. So I asked you specifically, what do you think about what I do? Like, I'm going to ask you right now, like, what do you think about me beating my dog out of convenience?
It would be incorrect for me
Okay, why?
because my morality says so.
Okay, but my morality says it's better for me to beat my dog because it's cheaper. So it makes logical sense for me to beat my dog so I don't have to spend money to go to the gym. So
Yeah,
I'm
Mhm. Yes, for if your morality says, then you would consider it morally correct, but I would consider it morally wrong.
Okay, so who's in the right?
Do you understand?
Well, who do you think? So, who do you think should hold this position, or what do you think is more preferable? Which action is more preferable?
It depends on morality.
Okay, so
according to your morality, sorry, but like you keep saying it depends, but we're testing your morality. So according to your morality, which one is preferable?
I'm saying that for my morality, it is wrong to beat.
Why?
But wait, what if when after beating the dog, you cut them up and put their flesh in your mouth?
Yeah, if you are like using it as a food and you are beating it unnecessarily, then the action of beating it would be wrong, but eating is not.
Prism. So I want to understand this so I can like beat my dog a little bit better. So if I take a baseball bat, hit the dog upside down in the head really hard so it dies, and then I punch it a few times to make the meat a little bit better and hit the dog, would you say that's okay?
Yeah. Okay. 1 minute. So what? I was like busy. Can you explain again?
So if you said if you eat the dog, then it's okay. So I want to find the middle ground, right? So I want to still beat my dog and then eat it after, right? So would you say it would be better if you had the baseball bat, hit the dog really hard in the head so it dies, then I beat the dog, maybe to make the meat a little bit better, and then cook the dog? Would you say that's better?
Yeah. If you beat like it for amusement, then it would be wrong. Like if you
I kill the dog with a baseball bat and then I punch it. Would you say that's better, or should I like leave the dog?
it would be same like preying animal by a gunshot.
Wait, which one is better, hitting the dog with a baseball bat or not hitting it?
Sorry?
Which action is better, hitting the dog in the head with a baseball bat or not hitting the dog?
It depends. Why are you hitting? If you're hitting to kill it and eat it, then it would be considered correct for most of people. But if you are beating it out of amusement to prior to eat it, then it would not.
Guys, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. This is the most brain-dead fucking conversation ever. They're just not tracking. They keep running away into other people's morality. But anyway, you can go continue following this conversation on Chip's stream. I'm fucking done for the. I'm cooked. That's it. Yeah. Thank you for stopping by. See you next time, guys.